drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline, and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Every parent wants their child to find happiness in whatever path they choose. Florida Prepaid has a plan to help you support them by affordably and confidently saving for college. Our 529 prepaid plans start at just $34 a month, and you have peace of mind knowing that when you lock in 2024 prepaid plan prices, your payment will never go up. It's inflation-proof and further proof that it's the best way to ensure the brightest future. Florida Prepaid open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are predicting the unpredictable. Our experts are using a patient's own anatomy to create 3D printed, life-size organ models to map out challenges ahead of time, making complex surgeries more precise, efficient, and less invasive. We are making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Another happy Safelite customer.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
There I was driving down the highway when out of nowhere, a rock hits my windshield. So annoying. But then I remembered Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. I booked my appointment at Safelite.com. And with my insurance, my new windshield was no cost to me. Safelite even handled my insurance claim, which was the best.
Cracked windshield? Just go to Safelite.com and let Safelite take care of everything.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. At New South Window, we bring the factory to you. Our windows and doors are made with quality in mind, and your products and installation are backed by our lifetime warranty. That's because New South Window knows the importance of single source accountability. We believe in removing the middleman so you get more for your money. This is real factory direct. One company, one call, guaranteed for life. Get New South proud.
For a limited time only, save 35% on New South Windows products and installation.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, April 11th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from O.J. Simpson dead at 76 to I think we should buy a deserted island, and a castaway makes a help sign, and it works. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Sheila.
That was fun to watch.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good. Frumping it up.
I wish I would have taken the camera when I saw it, because I looked up and I could tell that she had just heard for the first time that OJ died when you said it. She looked up and went,
no idea. I thought that you were doing like a jokey teaser.
No, he's dead. OJ Simpson's dead.
Oh, man, that sucks.
Well, we'll get into that momentarily.
I don't know. We enjoyed his Twitter world stuff.
That's the first thing I said.
Now it's goodbye, Twitter world, and that seems a little bit sad. Courtney said the same thing. She's like, "Yeah, I know he was a bad man. He was kind of fun on Twitter, though." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess that's." I mean, I'm not the person who goes like, I don't want to celebrate anybody's death. O.J. Simpson was indeed a bad dude. But it just feels weird when there's somebody like this that dies, but then there's some people where I'm like, hell yeah, they're dead. I don't know. I'm weird about it. Like when Osama bin Laden died, I was happy. I was happy that Osama bin Laden was dead.
I mean, so we're like with the party outside of the White House for some reason that happened out of nowhere.
That dead person I was excited about, and I don't feel bad about it.
And I was excited as Donald Trump was when they took down al-Baghdadi.
Oh, yeah.
They killed him like a dog. Killed him like a dog. It's weird because when I saw the email come through and it's like O.J. Simpson's dead, I was like, he's not really that old to have just died of natural causes. And then it just said he died of cancer. And I was like, ooh, if he was battling cancer, he might have had some time. He might have seen, he might have had the 2-minute warning.
Oh,
a little
fingers
more than 2
crossed.
minutes. Do you think maybe, just maybe, he confessed to somebody before he died?
I hope so. That would be a fun little twister-rooney at the end. Oh, I like that.
Twister-rooney, murder.
I don't know if that happened, but I maybe it's a possibility. I mean, he had anal cancer, right? I think.
Colon cancer?
No, they're different. There's one's a little further into your body.
Gotta say, if I'm gonna go out, just even if it's anal, just go colon, please.
just say colon. No matter.
Yeah.
The other option's a real stickler for cancer.
Don't tell people it's anal cancer. It does sound bad. It's it sounds really rough. But maybe it was rather.
I wonder how that would go. Like, would if somebody tried to ask him on his deathbed, would he just be like,
before,
hey,
let me know.
Come on.
Well, what if he scheduled one last tweet and then it's, hey, Twitter world, I'm sorry. I murdered them both. I apologize. And oh man,
keep going. I mean, you extended that. Several options here.
No. I'll stop right where I am. We'll get further into this in just a moment. I'll tell you what, I just got denied. I just got rejected when it comes to adding something to the wall in the studio.
Retraction. Oh, that's not rejected. I'm sorry.
I've been trying to cultivate items that I find visually appealing or weird or funny in some way, and put them all over the studio and put them up on the big walls here on display. And there's some fun stuff, and I like it. I like what's growing in here. This was the first one that I purchased, and when Courtney opened it, she goes, "Get that out of here. I don't want to look at that thing." She said, "That's gross." And I'm like, "Why is it gross?" She says, "It's gross." You want to see what it is?
Yeah, of course.
It's right over here. This is the thing that she said, this is a no-go. It doesn't need to be on the wall.
I just saw a flash of it. I'm like, it looks like a giant banana.
All right, okay.
I imagine that's not what it is.
It is a banana, and I think it was a good display item, but she doesn't like this guy.
I love it.
I think it's pretty fun.
I also love it, yeah.
But
Can
she
I
was
has
like,
it?
"Oh." She's like, "That's gross. Get that thing out of here." I'm like, "It's just a banana." And
is it coming out of his mouth, or is that supposed to indicate some sort of peen?
Well, yeah, he's peeling open his body. So the banana is like the bottom half of the banana is, I guess.
Stop stroking it like that.
We're going to get flagged.
About to
That'd be
get
a weird,
some sort of mush.
the weirdest channel strike ever. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And here we go. Let's listen in as it was reported. O.J. Simpson dead at 76.
We are breaking into your programming right now of Kelly and Mark to report and tell you that O.J. Simpson.
Damn!
has
Look
died.
at this. Look at this setup for this lady. She's in like a Mario warp tunnel here. And then, this is pretty damn impressive.
With
I don't
the
know.
stairs, too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Local 10's Miami, I believe. I think that's Miami
We're
News.
matching, kind of.
But
She looks
yeah,
much
you do.
better,
You guys have the same color shirt on. You know, don't be down on yourself. You look just fine today.
I'll explain later what happened, and I think I have a reason, okay?
All right, okay. Here she goes.
His family announcing his death via Twitter. They tweeted that he died yesterday. He was succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. Now, during this time of transition, his family is asking that you please respect their wishes and privacy with grace. They announced.
You know how those sometimes weather people, sometimes there's like the quirky weather guy, and
yeah, we know one.
It's May the 4th, and so he tries to work in as many puns like on the sly as Star Wars puns. If O.J. Simpson's death announcement from his family worked in as many like stab related puns, just
maybe some juice references.
Yes, they just worked that. I mean, look, it's OJ. Everything is weird. Everything is sideways. I would have appreciated it.
He ever announced that he had cancer?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, it was in the news. It was like a handful of months ago, not super long ago. I think we might have
Everyone forgot about it.
Well, we just I think we barely briefly mentioned it. We're like, oh yeah, it looks like O.J. Simpson has cancer, and then right on to the next thing as happens on this show.
Hey, Twitter world, cancer.
Yes, they just moved
Pull
on.
that too, please. Come on.
Got a bunch of just glorious, terrible statements for us right off the jump here.
News again on Twitter. The former NFL great actually stood trial, we all know, for the double murder of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson. Again, we are breaking into programming.
There's something to that, too, where it's like within the 30 seconds of announcing his death, they're like, and remember, he was, on trial for murder.
Normally, hold on. Normally, I would totally agree with you, but is it not the case that when almost everybody thinks about OJ, number one thing is the murder thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I of course, I think the same thing. It's just so interesting years from now, like if there's some sort of archive that people go to 100 years from this moment, it's like the only thing that he's going to be known for is the murder.
Like, I would be curious, like the percentage of people who know who O.J. Simpson is and know about the murder, what percent of those people know he had a Heisman Trophy or anything about the Naked Gun?
I'm not sure, because he was a really, really good football player.
Correct.
Like he was very, very good at football.
But he was really good at murder, too.
He was a successful murderer.
He was super good at murder. And then the trial was, I think they called it the trial of the century. You hear that all the time. But I don't know that there have been many bigger than OJ. Like right now,
Michael
we're kind of following
Jackson's
along.
was pretty up there.
That was pretty big, and so was Casey Anthony, and so was like the George Zimmerman thing. But not much.
Florida, huh?
And so is the Johnny Depp case, because that was broadcast everywhere. But mostly the thing that I remember when I just think about juggernaut cases is the O.J. Simpson case. Like it was huge.
Yeah.
It was a really big deal, and
how awkward is heaven right now, huh?
Oh gosh, he was walking by Norm Macdonald.
I like that you think he made
the two
it there.
people he may or may not have murdered, but probably did murder.
It's super nice of you to grant him access.
Yeah, as I was
what am I going to say? I mean, maybe purgatory. I don't know how it all works. All right,
Me either.
We'll see our day.
I can't pretend to, but if he makes it, I'm making it. I'm a shoo-in if he makes it there.
Sure about that?
Oh, man. God. All right. Well, there you go. O.J. Simpson dead at 76 years old. They said he died yesterday, as in Wednesday. So
I'm
April
surprised
10th.
they didn't break sooner.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been more quicker fake death rumors than this. I mean, he might be the longest celebrity timeline as far as actual death and when it hit the news.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, TMZ is usually like as soon as the pulse stops.
Everyone forgot he had cancer. That's it.
And yeah, not
I
a lot
still
of
don't
people
know if we ever knew.
I'm telling you, look up O.J. Simpson diagnosed cancer. And even though today he died,
hard to look up.
and I might be flooded out, but I'm telling you, there was news stories, and I remember them, and we just briefly said something about it. It was like O.J. Simpson announces cancer diagnosis or something to that effect. I remember seeing. But we shall see the Apple River stabbing trial much lower on scale than anything O.J. Simpson related, but we were waiting for a verdict possibly today on that. I thought at the beginning of the show...
Can we call it the Android River stabbing trial so it's not as exciting?
Yeah.
This, I think, was the thing that I, like, for a moment, I stepped back and I was like, oh, C-Lane's making fun of me because I just realized that my opening little thing for the show was not the most fantastic wording that I could have used. And I thought you were calling me out on that, not that she had just heard that O.J. Simpson died in 76, because I realized I said, I think we should buy a deserted island. And then when I'm doing the show prep, like I'll find that story and I'll go, okay, I'll put that in the line. That's all I write down for the show. It's just the show intro. And then from there, we have the stories and I prepare just mentally.
That's more than I've seen. I've seen that page be blank before.
But yeah, sometimes if I'm not feeling well, there's nothing on the sheet. I just from the hip. But I followed, I think we should buy a deserted island with a castaway makes a help sign and it works. And I realized that those two stories together, one should tell us not to do the other, technically, because
it works.
One person was on an island, stranded and not doing very well, and desperate to be freed. And I'm saying we should get one, but we'll get into all of that as we go on today. And when the verdict comes through, if it does today for Nikolai Mew and the Apple River stabbing trial, we will hit that as well. When we come back, the cicadas, that's it. Mm-hmm. The cicadas are turning gay. Yeah. It's just like the frogs. It's true. It's going down. What's the deal with this?
Ayo.
Seinfeld-esque tease there. I haven't done that before. What's going on with that? We'll let you know. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Sure, you could use it to work out.
Are you ready to work together to create a healthier life?
Or you could just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Construction continues, closing the right lane on Florida's Turnpike southbound south of County Road 470. There's a bit of delays there. Travel with caution, and the on-ramp from Colonial Drive to Florida's Turnpike southbound is partially blocked due to road construction as well. On I-4, you could expect your regular delays before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class health care and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Fraudulent tax returns due identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatello. And I'm Jake Chapman. We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow, that's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews and reviews. We've got more stats and notes than we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had Leaf Filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/beacon first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/beacon to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Another happy Safelite customer.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
There I was driving down the highway when out of nowhere, a rock hits my windshield. So annoying. But then I remembered Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. I booked my appointment at safelite.com. And with my insurance, my new windshield was no cost to me. Safelite even handled my insurance claim, which was the best.
Cracked windshield? Just go to Safelite.com and let Safelite take care of everything.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Lost 80s, playing those songs you forgot you knew from the 80s. Duran Duran, Huey Lewis, Tina Turner, and more, all commercial-free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Lost 80s, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Close out prices. 0% APR financing. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando today. Radio. 104.1.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the...
That reads stuff. I'm like, what? Okay, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. An anonymous emails, and it says both please keep me anonymous on top, and then anonymous in all caps underneath that, which I like. Good job, anonymous. That way it catches my eye, and I make sure I don't say your name out loud, which I've done before, and I really strive not to do. So thank you for doing that. That's appreciated. It says, anonymous, not that anybody knows me. I think it makes me seem a little self-righteous. Hey, Sean, my girlfriend is an English teacher. They had a meeting yesterday and were given their books back and may indeed, quote, say gay, unquote, again. It cleared up the giant mess that was the, quote, don't say gay bill, unquote. Teachers applauded at the news. It was a good day. Thank you, Supreme Court, Anonymous says. Attached is a handout the teachers received, and here are some news stories about this. Thanks for making this show. You have no idea how much the three of you do for us all, says Anonymous. And I read the thing that he sent along that was like the handout sent to the teachers, and I read one of the news stories real quick during the break, and I'm so confused by the reaction to this. Because whether you like him or not, I see this as nothing but a W for DeSantis. Because there was a lawsuit with these teachers, apparently, against the state of Florida for not being able to say gay, which was not, it's not the name of the bill, but that's just what the media decided to call it, and some activists and stuff. And the teachers were like, we should be able to say this stuff in the classroom. And the lawsuit and the settlement that came out of this said that the law can stay intact, or the rule can stay intact. And it said that everything was dismissed because the teachers were never prevented from saying these things in classroom. The only thing they were prevented from doing, which was mostly focused on in elementary and I think sometimes middle school level, was having instructions in classroom about being gay or any of these other things that generally probably were outside of the scope of what a teacher did to begin with. So when this all came out, I was like, was this happening? Was this a thing? Like, I don't think in a lot of schools they were talking about this to begin with, and I didn't think it was something that they needed to do necessarily. It seemed like a response to things you thought were happening rather than things were happening.
Little dog whistle.
Call me crazy, I still think in most schools, and this is something that some of you will find unbelievable. I found it very interesting when Courtney was in college to talk to her and have her experience based on the experience of all the stories I would see. I'd be like, look at all this stuff going on with political nonsense at these colleges, and is doing this. And she's like, this is like 3 or 4 classes at the school that do this on this huge campus. And almost everything else is just like a normal school like you would think of. It's not political stuff. It's just
you're saying
college.
It's 3 or 4 classes that have the students be the squeakiest wheel.
Yes. Yeah. So any of the stuff that they might call woke was in a couple humanities classes, and not like this unavoidable on-campus thing that you would see.
Yeah, right. Like you have to have some sort of like noise-canceling headphones on and a blindfold in order to avoid it.
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
It's just not, it was not the case. It was the college experience still remains, even though I'm not going to suggest that it's not slanted politically in terms of the things that you learn on most college campuses. That's just the fact of the matter. But you don't see that stuff like people were thinking. It wasn't happening in that way. And neither was this. And so I read the whole thing, Anonymous, and it just looks to me like the teachers were told, hey, what you're worried about is not a thing. And we just want to clarify to you that this can be done and this can be done. And books with just random references to like a gay character or something are fine. What can't be done and what this is actually about, not what people told you it was about, is you can't have instructions in these classrooms based on sex or gender, right? Like that's what the point of all of this was. So it looks to me, despite what you're saying, like it wasn't some big victory for the teachers, and DeSantis's bill stands afterwards. So I can't see it as anything other than, whether you like him or not, as a win for him. Let me know where you think I got it wrong. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Okay, we're going to go to some of those dispatches momentarily, but I told you that the cicadas are turning gay, and this is no crazy weirdo InfoWars
wokeness again.
It's not like any kind of crazy thing like that. This is CBS News. All right? CBS News is where I'm getting this from. Not
more
only
like Sid Gators.
I mean, it's not bad. That is not bad.
It's right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it works itself in
Somebody
very
was
easily.
going to say it. I don't know why you have to turn the music off because it was me.
Because I needed a second to think about it.
Hypersexual zombie cicadas that are infected with sexually transmitted fungus
Oh my God, this is so exhausting.
are expected to emerge this year. Again, this is from CBS News. It's not some quackery
Gay
nonsense.
zombie cicadas.
Yes, that's what we're
sucking
supposedly.
blood and.
It says trillions of cicadas will emerge across several U.S. states this spring, an event one expert dubbed Cicada-geddon. Not only are more cicadas than usual expected this year, but some of them will be zombie cicadas that are infected by an STD that makes them hypersexual. And it turns some of them gay. And so they're like, they don't give a damn if it's like a female or a male. Or I guess they're bisexual, technically, you know?
I mean, do
They'll
they
go
have-
for whatever.
Are you talking about like holes or something? Like, how are they?
I don't know.
Those aren't animals. We'll put them in that umbrella that have sex for pleasure. There's very few.
Yeah, and I can't even picture how this act goes down when it comes to a cicada. Like, you know, when you see an elephant, you know what it looks like when elephants have sex, right? You're like, you know,
More commonly, let's say like a lizard. You know
Right.
what that looks like.
yeah, you'll see them humping each other. You know what it does. I don't know if a cicada does the humping or if there's some other way that they go about doing this. You know, fish do some different things. Who knows? Maybe these insects do it differently. But these, two broods of cicadas, brood 19 and brood 18, they're both emerging at the same time. We knew about that. We knew it was going to be bad. We knew Cicada-geddon was coming, but I didn't know that they were horny and they were like zombies that were just ready to go. It says the reason the cicadas might be able to ignore this fungus is that it produces an amphetamine, which could give them some stamina. But this thing is going to be freaking out when it's born. It says once the cicadas emerge from the ground, they molt into adults, and within a week to 10 days, the fungus causes the backside of their abdomens to open up. A chalky white plug erupts out, taking over their bodies and making
Who
their
else is
genitals
horny?
fall off.
Wait, what? Last part, genitals fall off?
Yeah. A chalky white plug erupts out, taking over their bodies and making their genitals fall out, it says. And they said they're hypersexualized. Males, for example, will continue to try and mate with females unsuccessfully because their back end is just a fungus, but they'll also pretend to be females to get males to come to them.
Great. Typical man.
And that doubles the number of cicadas that an infected individual comes in contact with.
This might be the weirdest creature I've heard of.
That's why they were in the ground for 20 years before. Look what happened.
This
Keep
had
them
a
there.
a lot of time to get ready for this.
The cicada continues to participate in normal activities like it would if it was healthy. Like, it tries to mate, it flies around, it walks on plants. Yet a third of his body has been replaced by fungus. That's really kind of bizarre.
That's gross, man. These things are flying around everywhere and on your windshield.
Picture of
Are
it.
they having sex in the picture?
No, it's just the guy holding
Sean.
the cicada with the white pussy, whatever that is.
plug.
White
Pus.
Okay.
Pussy.
The plug.
The plug.
He wanted to make it look like that, technically. You know? That's sort of the agenda for the cicada. Man, they're having a wild time. This is going to be something to watch. We got some things on the horizon here on this show.
Can we watch it like on TV or YouTube?
The cicada eruption?
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be lots of videos. There's no way the TikTok
I don't want to
kids-
see it in person. I don't want to watch it personally in person.
I don't want to hear those things buzzing around. I don't want to hear them outside, but I think you're going to know when it's going down. There'll be lots of videos. All right, let's go over to you. Let's see what you got on your mind. Real quick, we'll
It's a
check
gay
in.
cicada.
Is it really?
No. Let me work on that.
Here's Funny Book Boy.
I don't know the extent exactly of what the Don't Say Gay bill was, but I do remember something about teachers not even being allowed to bring up a same-sex couple. Like, for example, if a student had two moms, that the teacher couldn't even bring that up. But maybe I have that wrong.
That's what
I
I
just thought that was a
understood.
part of the bill. And that was
No.
the reason a lot of people were upset, because it's like you couldn't even mention the existence of gay people.
No, this goes back to a thing. Excuse me, my allergies are just horrible today. I apologize in advance. But this
Be
goes
that cicada plug.
It could be. Got a couple of them down the
Shouldn't
pipe.
have snorted it.
the original stories when they came out about this, they first started calling it "Don't Say Gay," which means that everybody's gonna be like, "This don't say gay thing is bad." And then what are they gonna think is in the bill? They're gonna think that it says "Don't say the word gay." This is the intent that everybody had behind this when this came out. And so all the coverage starts mentioning that over and over again. And people say, well, this is outrageous. If a teacher is gay, they can't mention that they have a partner at home, or they can't, answer questions the kids might be asking. At the time I talked about this, I said it seems like this is unnecessary, but everybody is angry at a thing that is not happening, right? Everybody is, and this is like this is just life in America in 2024. Everybody is mad at a thing that is not happening. Do you remember a handful of years back when half of the country started freaking out because they thought kids were going to the bathroom in litter boxes at a school or something?
Okay, that was like all of 4 days, Sean.
Yes, but people freak out over things. People are constantly mad about things that aren't actually true most of the time. And so with this bill, it was like, oh, God, if somebody said that to me, if they said, can you believe they're not going to let teachers answer questions like this? Can you believe a gay teacher, if they're in front of their class, can't say like they have a part? I would say that's ridiculous. That's preposterous. But then you read the bill and it doesn't say anything about that. It says sexual instruction or instruction on gender shouldn't be done within, or can't be done within, elementary school classes. And then I think it might have stretched out through middle school or something. I don't know where the ages stop there. But nothing said like you can't talk, you can't answer questions. It said you can't have instruction in the classroom. That's what this was about. Everybody just got mad at another thing. So that's why it's like the teachers are claiming a win. I don't know that they really won here. I think they just realized they weren't up against the thing that they were convinced they were up against, if that makes sense. Let me know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, they're trying to take everything away from the kids. First the gay, and now this. Unacceptable. We've all had it. We've all enjoyed it. And now it's fading away forever, perhaps. What is it? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up today on The Big Show, Danny Meyering from Orlando Date Night Guide will have some date ideas for your weekend on Date Night Done Right. Glenn Clausman will be in for Colbert Court with another legal scenario for us to solve. Plus, you'll have a chance to win that $100 gift card to Planet Hollywood for JCS Trivia. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks. It all starts at 3.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Good morning. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Today is a Fox 35 Storm Alert Day. We're anticipating afternoon thunderstorms, which could be severe with damaging wind gusts past 60 miles per hour. Outside of the thunderstorms, it's going to be a windy day anyway. A wind advisory in effect, gusts over 40 miles per hour common, and it'll be hot. The high temperature close to 90 degrees. The front's out of here by this evening, leading to a beautiful Friday and Saturday with highs close to 80. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Folks, I am so proud to tell you about one particular company, a company that treats people right, a company that will be one of those organizations that you say, man, I'm happy there's still businesses like this out there. This company is Mills Air. They are locally owned and operated. That should be important to you. Support local companies. They're family owned and operated. This isn't some big corporation run by some mystery person. It's Leon Mills. He's the best of the best. A lot of you got to meet him out at Just Okay. He's awesome, and he runs a company the right way. And the techs from Mills Air are really above and beyond better than anybody else out there. You know, they came out to my place a while back. The AC in the studio is not working. It's hot in here. Want to get it fixed. I don't know what's wrong with it. Obviously, I can't fix it. And the tech from Mills Air went above and beyond. And not just because of the show or anything. This is just how they treat people over there. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer as well. And they can get you access to really big rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. Don't leave that money on the table. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's their phone number, 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
tired of everything being so expensive in 2024. Ooh. So I turned my truck into a time machine to travel back in time. I'm just gonna press this button and... Holy cow, I think it worked. Let's see what happens if I buy something at this drive-thru.
Welcome to McDonald's. Would you like to choose any two for $3.79?
It did work. Yes, my good lady. And what does $3.79 buy me in this bygone day and time?
Well, you can get a McChicken, a McDouble, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, a small fries, or a small soft drink. Choose any two.
What a delight. I'll have the McDouble and a small fries. Just $3.79, you say?
Yes, sir.
Just one more question. Do you know what year it is?
It's 2024, sir?
Uh-huh. I see. The button I pressed changed the radio station. Very good. Very good. I'll take the McDouble and the small fries for $3.79 post-haste.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle. Unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Lost 80s. Just search Lost 80s and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
People who suffer from allergies use Nasal Guard to prevent them. Nasal Guard's innovative gel and spray products protect you from all airborne allergens, no matter what the forecast holds. Visit Amazon, Walmart, or NasalGuard.com today. Breathe better this spring. NasalGuard.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the
Us on the show, go to thenewsjunkie.com, record your thoughts, and fire them over to us. I just wanted to throw this out there, Sabrina. I don't know if you see this, but with some regularity over on chat with the folks who are kind enough to watch us each day on YouTube and Twitch,
Okay.
there are a lot of people who compliment your outfits. It happens all the time. I don't know if you see it or not.
Well, thank
but
you, people that are commenting.
There are people that be like, "Oh, I really like Sabrina's outfit today," or "I like this jacket," or "I like this, I like that." There's constantly compliments on what you're wearing over there.
Much appreciated.
Because you came in and you kind of seemed down about your stylistic choices.
It wasn't down necessarily, just a little caught off guard. I got to be honest.
Well, because it looks fine. You look fine.
I mean,
today.
I threw this on, on this day. Whenever time you're listening to it, it's supposed to be pretty nasty weather out.
Yeah, true.
And this jacket here is weatherproof, so I was like, let's throw that on.
What is that? Is that an Adidas jacket? It's a cool
Winston Racing.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, look at that. That's a cool jacket. Yeah, I like it.
Is it sexy though?
I don't know.
I'm not showing enough tea for that to be under that category. Apparently.
What does that even mean anymore? Like, what does the word "sexy" mean? Let me get the definition of this. Okay,
I don't know. I think
of course Sean doesn't know.
I think that my personality surely exudes sexiness.
Mm-hmm.
There have been many a times in which my outfit and makeup, and perhaps something I'm doing on stage, could also be considered sexy.
Okay.
Here's what's going on. All right. And it was, I just don't know how to handle it, and more importantly, how to answer the group chat that I'm currently in.
Oh, you're in a group chat about this?
About
your outfit?
No, not
about
my
whether
outfit.
she's sexy. Is
okay,
Sabrina sexy group chat?
not really.
Sexy.
Okay.
All right, hold on. This
says you needed to know how to say it.
It says sexually attractive or exciting, and they give an example: sexy French underwear, or exciting or appealing. So that's what we're dealing with.
Google really is getting laid.
Can't you just say to these people, is it guys, gals? Who's in this group chat?
It's a giant group of very, I think very beautiful women. But let me explain, please.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to know. People got into the backstory. Why are you in this text thread to begin with?
Here at HQ, our morning show, Love the Monsters very much.
By the way, I didn't mean that like if it's a group of attractive women, why are you in the group? C-Lane, that's not what my intention was. I was saying, why did
really
this group chat?
Man.
I'm saying, why did this start to begin with? Sorry, go ahead.
So here at HQ, we have our wonderful morning show, The Monsters, and in a few weeks they're going to be doing an event in which it is for charity, and after a certain amount of money is reached, there is a group of gals that now include me that will be slapping Russ, the host of the show.
Okay.
Right? And then I was involved in the group chat. Now, two of the ladies I've just met this year, one of them is she's very beautiful, and she. I think all of them really know how to put themselves together in a particular way. Anyways, I opened the group chat and they're like, "Hey, gals, we're thinking about wearing matching bikini tops."
Okay.
And I go, "Is there a hat maybe that I can match with? Because I do have to go back to the studio, like my place of work afterwards, and I can't necessarily be in a bikini top."
Like you would wear a bikini top at the beach.
Sure.
But
makes sense.
probably not to work.
If you were at Just Okay this past Just Okay, I was wearing something very revealing. As a matter of fact, the only thing that was covered were my areolas.
Mm-hmm.
That was the time and place for it. But then I'm like, the elevator opens as I'm running into work today, and one of the gals that will be joining says, "Sabrina, I've been trying to look for a sexy picture of you online, and I haven't found anything."
My gosh.
I'll be sure.
I'm sure she didn't mean it that way.
No, of course she didn't mean it that way. But it was a very long, quiet walk back to the studio in which I go, all right, so, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, if you went through the Instagram, there's nothing of me in a bikini, I don't believe.
Uh-huh.
There's certainly some pictures that I think that people have taken as sexy. I certainly felt that I looked good in them.
Maybe she was going for a particular kind of look. And
I'm having a hard time finding it right now.
Send her a picture from Just Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's true.
But here's the
Yeah.
problem. So everything from the neck down, I think, fits under the sexy category.
From the neck? What do you mean?
Because my face is just like, whoa, yeah.
Yeah, for like
Tongue
promo
out.
photos and stuff, or
But
like
it's not-
for
but
performing.
it's me on stage, like,
Uh-huh.
and you could Photoshop anything into my hand if you think about it. Because
Yeah,
for some reason, the only stills is me going, whoa, oh, yeah, instead of like a cute face.
Well,
or a
there's
duck
not
face.
some reason you're singing, because as
yeah.
you're singing, obviously you're going to be in these kind of poses and stuff.
All right,
but-
you listen to me. Listen here, Fritz. Next year, no songs with the O in them.
Yeah, thank you. That's all I've been asking it for decades now. So I'm gonna send, and what is the caption though? Like along with that message, like, which one do you think is sexy, girl, or up to you?
It's a little awkward. It's kind of a strange place to be.
Well, then I'm gonna just like looking. I'm gonna go through my Instagram. I'm like, there has to be one of these that doesn't fit. But in the group chat though, they're obviously everyone is fit and has promo pictures, very high quality of them in bikinis.
What
And
are these
that's-
photos for, though? Is it like a flyer for the event or something?
One of the gals is a former wrestler or current wrestler, but was in the wrestling industry, so
yeah.
that makes sense. And then the others, dancer, tequila, just overall great personalities, but also, I guess, physically confident enough to get into some sort of photo shoot in which they are in those outfits. Mine are like thumbs up.
That's not really your style. It's not.
Oh, it will be. You know what? I got 2 weeks until I turn a new age.
Oh,
New
yeah?
leaf.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the year of 34 is me getting more confident in my body.
You're only going to be 34?
Well, how old did you think I was going to be?
I don't know. I thought you were on the other side of 35.
He was
at
hoping
least.
you were older.
All right, so I guess I should go get some Botox, too.
Oh, hold on. This is not a judge. Everything I say is taken wrong. This is not a judgment on how you
tone,
look.
I believe.
I'm saying from my perspective, I'm like, damn it, it makes me feel older when you're like, oh, she's still not even 35. 35 that's even still young. I'm telling you, when you get up to 40, that's when you're like, oh, it seems old. If I heard when I was younger, if I was 20, and they're like, some guy's coming over here and he's 40 years old, I'd be like, oh, he's 40 years old.
Grandpa.
what a loser, old man. And now here I am, and I'm that age. But are you going to take sexy photos?
I don't know. I don't know how I go about this. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's never been really my thing. Like, I'm certainly have loved to feel sexy, and I think that's more of like a personal moment, not necessarily something that I was ready to reveal to the public. But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, why the heck not? Huh?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, do you know who has some sexy photos and might be able to offer up some advice on this topic?
Go ahead.
C-Lane. C-Lane is, of all of us, the one who
that
has
beautiful drawing.
the most revealing photos that one can imagine. Underwear shots.
It's a good one.
It's
I didn't even pose for that one. It just happened.
Yeah, it just happened.
Like, even back in my day when I, was asked for a nude, I still had to make it funny for some reason. Where I just
How did you make it funny?
there
She
was,
googly eyes and
but on my nipples. I would place objects to, hide my actual private
all right.
parts.
That's fun.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, no one can masturbate to this. It's still a goof.
You'd be surprised what people can masturbate
Very
to.
true. Very true.
People really just are able to get the job done somehow. I
I
don't
feel
know
like
how.
the Just Okay shots will work for this. I hope.
I think so. Yeah. I mean,
Unless it's all going to be on one poster, then I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb. That's for sure.
I think that you and they just have a little bit of a different style. Your style is more like, how do I encapsulate your style?
Please choose your words wisely. I am in a very particular state right now.
I was gonna my first thing I was gonna say was like more like rock and roll style, but that's like an old fuddy-duddy way to
Twist
say
the
it.
knob off.
Like alternative
lesbian.
I don't think that so much when I think about what you wear. You always wear cool stuff. You wear like, interesting things. You wear stuff before they become popular. You were wearing those mom jeans things before like anybody else started wearing those things. Now everybody will be wearing those. You did. You don't remember this? Why are you guys head and handing me right now?
The conversation is like, sexy and cool, and then you're like, you wore mom jeans before everyone else did.
Well, I mean, I'm sure other people who are very close to you know you as dressing sexier.
I think they're more form-fitting for me, but mom jeans, it's more like it's high waist now, Sean.
I was using the mom jeans thing as an example to say that you're at least closer to trends and what's cool, what people are wearing, and that stuff.
The question is like, Celine and Sean, your wife, girlfriend do not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find me attractive?
Wow.
Platonically speaking.
The word
Did
attractive.
we lose the connection?
No, I'm still here. And I'm not trying to troll here. The word attractive seems to have like, I don't know, there's a little extra baggage to the word attractive.
So you're calling me fat.
No. What's the right word? Not fat at all. I'm not that kind of baggage. I would say, like, if somebody said, how did Sabrina look at Just Okay? I'd be like, oh, she looked pretty. She looked great.
Okay.
Is that like, but
That's
I
one
wouldn't
way to
say,
put it.
okay, imagine this. I'm having a conversation with somebody outside of the radio station, and they go, how did Sabrina look for Just Okay? I would say, oh, she looked pretty. She looked fantastic. I would not say she looked attractive. And I think it would seem weird if you heard me saying, oh, Sabrina looked attractive.
I mean, I think it was weird that I even prompted the question, so I thought like we gave a little window for weirdness.
It's because that's like if somebody didn't know the situation we were in and we're like, oh, Sabrina looked really attractive, it's Just Okay, they'd be like, so you want to bang her, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. In another world, would you guys want... How about I don't give an F? Okay. I've gotten laid at many a times and will continue to. As far as this promotional event goes, I'm looking forward to being a part of it. It is for charity. I think that at the most, I can give them what I have photo-wise and then really bring a day of. And that's how
hard is this slap going to be? Because you say you're going to slap Russ. You're going to hit him.
I am.
Are we talking like
your slap from YouTube?
Or like the woman in Fort Lauderdale who was getting paid a lot of money to do those shot slap things. That
was
pretty hard.
That's the inspiration behind the whole thing, by the way.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I need. So Amber Rose is going to be a part of it, and she is
Amber
familiar.
Nova.
Amber Nova. She's a rose.
By another name.
Beautiful personality. Amber Nova. Sorry. And I feel like there is a certain way to do it stage wise, right? Where I'm not necessarily hurting anybody, but it looks good and it makes a great sound.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play into what's going on.
Do you
if
remember
you did
when I slapped you?
Yeah.
Was it that bad?
It was a good slap. It wasn't phoned in. It wasn't a radio bit slap. And that's sort of where you would dice it up for us. It'd be
so
like,
I should go less hard.
I think if you want to please the people, you give them a solid slap like you did with me.
Or just put on a bikini top and call it a day.
Or that. Who knows? Okay, quick break.
Well, that was fun, guys. I loved that.
What a journey we went on there. All right. We didn't even get into what I teased that we were going to talk about. We're going to hear from you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, we'll talk about that thing from your childhood.
Oh, you don't want to just break down my body anymore?
They're trying to take it away from you, friends. We're not going to let it happen. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's a bit of slowdowns in all directions where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway and congestion on Colonial Drive by the interstate. Traveling on I-4, there's a bit of delays between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, and construction is causing delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound south of County Road 470. The right lane is closed there. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Power on this spring and summer with Batteries Plus. In stores and online too, you'll find batteries for your car, RV, boat, motorcycle, ATV, golf cart, and more. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
This Saturday at Elixir, it's MMA Fight Time with Pereira vs. Hill. You can watch it at Elixir Bar, downtown Orlando. No cover, drink specials, and great food. Join Jack Bradshaw from the Jim Colbert Show and Angel Rivera from the Monsters at Elixir at 9 p.m. Also at Elixir, you can buy your Earth Day birthday general admission tickets during regular business hours, cash only, and skip those Ticketmaster service charges. Earth Day birthday is April 20th at Central Florida Fairgrounds. And this year, the Angel of Boom will be hosting the Real Radio Monsters Chill Zone, where we also have the acoustic stage. Elixir Kitchen and Bar, downtown Orlando, 9 West Washington Street near Orange Avenue. Find them at elixirorlando.com.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast, featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marcatelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class health care and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
Nervous about investing in college savings right now? Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. Our 529 prepaid plans are 100% risk-free because they're backed by the state of Florida, so you can never lose your investment. And now, prepaid plans start at just $34 a month. Open enrollment only happens once a year, so don't miss your chance to lock in the lowest prepaid plan prices in 10 years. Florida Prepaid open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
You got a service dog?
Actually, he's a deals dog. Since I'm looking for a new car, I trained him to sniff out awesome rates, member discounts, and fast decisions. Cool, huh?
But you know Navy Federal Credit Union has all those things, right?
You're right. He's got the scent. Oh, wait. Nope. That's just the bacon in my pocket.
Apply for a Navy Federal Credit Union auto loan online, at a branch, or in our mobile app. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Message and data rates may apply. Visit NavyFederal.org for more information.
Are you bogged down with constant sneezing, watery eyes, and congestion? Do you get sinus headaches and infections? No one should have to suffer season after season. And thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, treating your allergies is easier than you think. With personalized treatment plans tailored to your needs and budget, you can say goodbye to allergy and sinus issues for good. Book your appointment today at AspireAllergy.com. Aspire Allergy and Sinus, where relief is just around the corner. AspireAllergy.com.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant, the Improv Comedy Club, is becoming the Funny Bone. Enjoy the same great talent and awesome live comedy experience at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Kev Herrera, known for his comedic wit, on April 12th and 13th. Followed by Nimish Patel on April 19th and 20th. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Home to the best comedic talent on tour nationally. Come get funny at the Funny Bone.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
To the kids, and I mean the adults, because some adults still live in this world. If you're eating right now, this is not going to screw up your lunch at all, okay? But it may connect with you a little bit. As you eat, think about the things you used to eat in your childhood. Think about the things that are tied to those experiences. Think about Lunchables, my friend. Oh, man. And that is one of those ones. I think younger kids might have more of a connection with Uncrustables or things that their parents put in their lunchbox.
They still have Lunchables, right?
Lunchables are still around. Yeah. For now, they're trying to put the kibosh on the Lunchables right now.
Okay.
And Consumer Reports, which I don't even think they're like a government agency, Consumer Reports. I think it's just like they review everything, and companies hope that they get a good review from Consumer Reports. And Lunchables not only did it, they got a really bad score. And it says, the organization, Consumer Reports, made the announcement on April 9th after a test of 12 store-bought versions of Lunchables and similar lunch and snack kits found relatively high levels of lead inside the food. Lead, cadmium, and sodium.
Them 30 years to find the lead?
Yeah, I don't know when that came out. Did that come out in the 80s, Lunchables, or was it before that even?
I mean, I've known it since I was a young warthog.
Me too. I was little kid. Lunchables were cool. And when you were in like elementary and middle school, after me, Lunchables got even better.
Yeah, we had pizza.
Yeah, they stretched out the Lunchables offerings.
Lunchable.
It was released nationally in 1989.
1989.
Initially introduced in Seattle in 88.
And back then they had the really basic ass version of Lunchables with the crackers, the cheese, and like turkey or whatever the option was.
Pizza came through.
Pizza came through and changed the game for people. And then you would get I think sometimes it came with a Capri Sun on the side and some sort of little dessert option. Like you might even get a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Usually it was like a small candy and a Capri Sun.
Yeah. I mean, the sodium I would expect. The cadmium, I don't even know what that is. But lead in there? Whoa, boy.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Lead's not good. We probably shouldn't have lead in things. The sodium is, I mean, it's lunch meat. Lunch meat is high in sodium. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever had low sodium lunch meat? Sucks.
No, it's just going to be that way. But the lead thing is surprising. And if you don't understand, as you might gobble down some lunch yourself, why lead in food would be an issue, let me give you a little story about the 1950s through the 80s, and even before that. For the longest time, as Billy Joel once said, in all of the paint in the United States of America that you would paint your walls of your house with, there was high levels of lead. And little kids do as little kids do. They wander around, they eat things, they put their mouth on things, and they were eating this paint as they were children. They would eat chips off of the paint. They would lick the walls, or little chips of it would break off, and the kids would mess with it and end up eating it. And the lead would have a severe impact on these kids mentally, and have other outcomes would be changed as a result of their exposure to lead through the paint in their houses when they were young.
How many paint chips did you eat, Sean?
I don't know, but I guarantee you at that time they hadn't fully phased out the lead paint just yet, I don't think.
What was the benefit of having lead in paint?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know why that was the case. See, like, look up when lead paint was phased out. See when that was done. There's a remarkable chart and story and research paper that I read about this one time, and it showed that when they stopped putting lead in paint, if you follow about 15 years later, when the next generation of kids would come along, crime, in classroom outbursts, all various other different things that you can measure society with younger people, that you can measure how things are going, were greatly improved. So the amount of younger kids involved in crime dropped dramatically.
Which
Go ahead.
leads me to believe what is in what now.
Right now, there's something happening.
Like airplane outbursts. We've never seen more in our lives. Crazy
Could
people
be.
walking around. Is there lead in something else we don't know about?
It could be, or it could be something totally different. But gas was leaded at that time too. There was a lot of different things that were going on, a lot of exposure to lead, and young kids. I mean, I knew somebody. I knew somebody that used to go to this bar that we all went to, and the story was that he was a little different, and he had some issues mentally because of exposure to lead paint, and this was just a thing that had happened to a lot of kids. A lot of kids were affected by this. And now when you hear that it's in Lunchables, I could see why people would be a little bit hesitant to give their kids this kind of stuff.
I'm just blown away that it's just now coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, is there not tests every couple years on food?
Oh, no,
that comes up.
That is one of the craziest things that I think I ever learned just looking at products and stuff. When I learned that, number one, you could put a label that says damn near anything on your product, right? And it's like when somebody challenges you on it, you're supposed to be telling the truth as best you can for the information that's available nutritionally on your label. But you can put whatever you want on there, and people use words, they use phrases to market to you, to confuse you, and people over the years have been sued for just lying about calories in particular. Like, they say something is very, very low calorie, and then they do testing, and I think this was even on Seinfeld on an episode. It turned out that they were absolutely lying. It was too good to be true. And you think the government inspects every product. Like, the FDA must be looking at every food item that's on the shelves in our grocery store. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, but I thought that at least for nutrition facts, you have to pay somebody to do that do that testing yourself and then report it on there. But
I don't know exactly how they do it right now, and if somebody knows about this, please do send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com.
If you have a food product, the two different ways of doing the nutrition facts is either calculating them based on the ingredients, which is just a whole lot of math.
That's the way that I thought a lot of people did it. You have software, you put what's in the ingredients of your food in your software, and it generates nutritional label for your food that supposedly tells you calories and all that stuff.
Well,
that's how I do.
The other way is you take a bunch of the product, either like a couple pounds of it, a couple gallons of it, if it's a drink or whatever, and you send it to this this lab, and they just burn it. And then based on which burns off at what point, blah, 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 that's how they figure out what the calories, the carbohydrates, the fat, all of that stuff. It's really not something you could do at home.
Yeah. It's a wild thing, but it's absolutely true.
To what you were saying about the labeling, that was a big thing in one of those fishing documentaries, the sustainable labeling, like, ooh, this is sustainably sourced. A lot of those are absolute bull.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's nothing legally binding them to the word.
Yeah.
Like, if you say organic, what does that even mean? Like, there's some definitions and some different companies
it costs more.
Yes, that definitely.
And it's usually smaller.
We're going to go to you in just a moment, but here's one of the reports on this where they were saying this is bad for Lunchables, friends.
What kid doesn't love Lunchables? For decades, the prepackaged assortment of snacks have become a childhood staple for generation after generation. But Consumer Reports says Lunchables contain troubling levels of lead and sodium. Take a look. And joining us now, we have Kevin Loria.
She cut to herself.
Reports. Kevin, I remember back being a kid. I mean,
this is just the guy who is behind the report from Consumer Reports that says the sodium levels range from 460 to 740 milligrams per serving, which is a quarter to half of a child's daily recommended limit. Which there's a lot of stuff that's even worse than that. I mean, there's so many things out there that are just super full of as much sodium as one could ever imagine. We got some breaking news that we'll get to in just a minute here.
For the record, you asked about lead paint. It was banned in the United States in 1978, but it was just the sale of lead paint, and they didn't have any sort of legislation on what to do with all the buildings that were painted in all lead. So a lot of that stuff stuck around for a while. But 1978 for the whole United States, but as early as 1960, New York City banned it. So I mean, people were
really?
Yeah, people were on the lead is bad train for a while.
And then it took some time before politicians did something. That sounds familiar. That sounds pretty familiar. Here is Loki talking about O.J. Simpson dying. All right, let's hear from him.
Happy almost weekend, junkies. Hope everybody's having a great day. Kind of makes me sad that O.J.'s gone. I'm going to miss his Twitter.
Same.
That's all. Just kind of sad.
Not sad, but same.
Even though he killed 2 people. And then wrote a book about how he did it, if he'd have done it. Allegedly. Anyway, have a great day. Wiggle, wiggle. Pop, pop.
I will always say this about O.J. Simpson. You can say that he's a murderer, and you'd be right, okay? I agree with you. You could say that he's an evil person, and I'd say, okay, I can understand that. But you can't say that the man didn't have next-level charisma. He had next-level charisma. Who can smile their way through the entire country thinking that you're a cold-blooded murderer who gutted a woman and left her bloody body behind and had this crazy court case going? He just smiles his way through it, and eventually people are like, man, OJ's a trip, huh? Guy's still out there on the golf course living his life, and he just pushes through and pushes through and pushes through. And eventually you're like, watch OJ's latest Twitter video here. Let me see what he's talking about. The guy had some charisma, and he did amazing things on the football field. It's unfortunate that he was a murderer, and that's how he will be remembered in all of the obituaries and everything that's written about him. What do you think? Do let us know. That's what we're here for. We want to hear what's on your mind. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. All right, looks like we have some breaking news in the Apple River case, and I'm going to get the exact verdict here because I haven't seen this. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what they were saying earlier. I was just trying to finish up that weekend segment. O.J. Simpson dies of cancer is the main headline everywhere, but they were suggesting at least that there was a verdict in this case. I'm not seeing this just yet, but it will have to be out there at this point in time. We know that the jury had this and were going over the case and were in their deliberations already.
Oh, I got it. Paul Byrne, Bloom, on Twitter is just tweeting out, In total, he was found guilty on lesser counts up and down the charges he was facing, so he won't go to prison for life, but there will likely be prison consequences now. By my court jury, spent 5+ hours deliberating.
Why would they release it that way? Isn't that really weird?
I mean, this is one guy. It's just what comes up as far as like on X.
I see on Court TV, they say that, the verdict is in. Here's CBS News. Nope, the link goes to absolutely nowhere. They said breaking, Nikolai Mew has been found guilty of all 6 criminal charges.
I'm
being let back into the courtroom.
First-degree reckless homicide.
Okay. In total, I'm seeing the thing that you were talking about now. In total, Nikolai Mew was found guilty on lesser counts up and down the charges, so he won't go to prison for life. I'll get more of the actual verdict, and we'll see if we can get anything from the courtroom and catch you up on that trial. Man, testifying on his own defense really didn't work out for that dude. No. Yeah, I thought he had like a better chance before that. It still sounds like they got him on a lot of the lesser included stuff, but it
wasn't first-degree murder, obviously. I'm getting the vibe here.
Yeah, which would have been the life thing. And that's what I said. I think they're going to give him some leeway and go, yeah, the kid who died who attacked you, you could say that he was attacking you, so you were defending yourself, but then you just want to stab crazy on everybody else, which is what I said was going to happen here. We'll dive further into that and get the update for you. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Ah, damn, he did it with that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Watch out for an accident off to the side on State Road 429 northbound before McCormick Road. The right lane is blocked on Orange Blossom Trail due to an accident northbound at Boy Scout Road. And there's a bit of delays due to construction blocking the right lane on Florida's Turnpike southbound, south of County Road 470. Travel with caution through there. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
One of my favorite things about that mortgage guy, Don, from thatmortgageguyDon.com, is the fact that he is part of the Real Radio family, and that means he takes care of your family. You can listen to the Home Loans Radio Show every single Saturday morning, but you can go to the website right now and start the process of refinancing or buying your first dream home and work with someone that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast, featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marchitelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Frank Gay has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with a tune-up for only $89 for a limited time. Friendly, speedy, and expert service. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
By the time it's tax day on Monday, April 15th, you've either filed or filed for an extension. And regardless of that fact, McDonald's is giving you a tasty reason to celebrate. Only on tax day, go ahead and order your favorite McCrispy sandwich for just $3 in the McD app. It's a delicious way to say, hey, I deserve it. Any tender and juicy McCrispy sandwich. So file that McDonald's order only on tax day and only in the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid only on 4/15/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79. From the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Lost 80s, playing those songs you forgot you knew from the 80s. Duran Duran, Huey Lewis, Tina Turner, and more, all commercial-free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Lost 80s, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Here in front of me, but it's so clear to me after watching a bunch of his defense in the Apple River stabbing case that Nikolai Mew did himself in. I mean, he was already in a bad spot, but he did himself in some pretty simple ways that we discussed on the show. Like when they were saying this person screams at you in this video and they call you a raper, 1 to 10, how angry are you? And he's like, 2. And you go, wait, what? And
that's not typical on the stabby scale.
No, that doesn't make sense. And then they show him moments before he starts stabbing people and they go, how angry are you right here at a 10? And he goes, 2. And then normal people, just regular ass people who might be on a jury go, he's not saying the truth here. He's trying to evade the question in a way by not admitting to being angry and therefore not look like he acted out of anger in stabbing these kids. That he
felt like his life was threatened. I feel like that would bring out some anger in you.
Right. You could even have said it that way. He could have said, yeah, being that I thought my life was in grave danger, I was very angry about the situation that was presented to me. He could have said it all these ways, but instead he said no. He was only like a 2 out of 10 angry. And there's a huge problem when you show the jury that you are a liar. And both sides had issues with this in the Apple River murder trial. Both sides had these issues. But Nikolai Mew was the one who was on trial, obviously. And it's a lot worse for the person who's the defendant. And he lied afterwards. He didn't know that there was video of this altercation. And he said that it wasn't his knife. He had tossed the knife away, or the knife fell out, who knows. And he said that the kids pulled a knife on him, and he grabbed one of those knives, and that's what was used for the stabbing. He just lied about all of that. That wasn't misremembering things. That wasn't in the fog of war. That was just lying, right? Like if you go into an incident and you stab somebody to defend yourself, which was his claim, then all you have to do is just tell the truth and follow the process. But when you just make up a lie, not misremembering again, but a lie, then the jury's going to hear you lied about that, and they're going to think, what else are you lying about? And that's why I said he's toast. I said, I don't think they would get him on like the biggest charges for life. I think they'd get him on a lot of other stuff, including the lesser included. Here's what we have. Apple River stabbing trial. Nikolai Mew found guilty, it says. Nikolai Mew has been found guilty in his Apple River stabbing trial on Thursday. After 7 days of testimony and more than 40 witnesses, a jury found Mew, 54, guilty in his trial, which began on April 1st. Mind you, they found him guilty pretty quickly. They just went to the jury yesterday. And that was at the end of the day after the opening statements, the closing statements from the prosecution and the defense. And the prosecution was like, I think that we're good here. We don't need to put on our entire side of the case. So they had some confidence going on. And they left it to the jury. Yeah, checked out. Because the jury looked at this a little while yesterday and then a couple of hours today. And Mew was convicted on the following charges. First-degree reckless homicide of Isaac Schumann. So they didn't even let him skate on that. They thought that the first one, the kid that he killed.
That? Oh, I guess reckless.
Reckless homicide as opposed to like a first-degree murder or something that would have had a life charge with it or longer. First-degree reckless homicide of Isaac Schumann. First-degree recklessly endangering the safety of A.J. Martin. First-degree recklessly endangering the safety of Dante Carlson, first-degree recklessly endangering the safety of Tony Carlson, and first-degree recklessly endangering the safety of Riley Madison. And then finally, battery of Madison Cohen. So that shows you that the jury believed that he in some way hit Madison Cohen or was physical with her in a way that there was a battery charge too. Mew was initially charged with first-degree intentional homicide and multiple counts of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Could send him to prison for life if he's convicted, but they dropped a lot of that and they tossed in a bunch of lesser included, and he got drilled. He got nailed. He did himself zero favors. He went up on that stand and he didn't have the case behind him. If you are against the wall, all right, if the whole world thinks that you are guilty of something, but if you really didn't do it, I believe that could come out in a courtroom. And I believe people can be convinced that, this is not factual. This person didn't really do this. This person shouldn't be sent to jail. And in this case, if he was totally in the right, he could have got up there, sat on the stand, looked at that jury and said, here's what happened. But he just didn't have the case on his side. He went way too far. He wanted to be stabby, and he hated that these kids were bullying him, which they were. They were. But you can't just respond to bullying by stabbing a bunch of people. It's bedlam if this happens. Like if I was walking around today and a couple of kids in the neighborhood start screaming at me, God, I want to punch him, and I might, But what I wouldn't do is take out a knife and just start... It hurts my feelings. I wouldn't take out a knife and just start stabbing them, leaving the street littered with stabbed kids. Younger people in this case, because some of them weren't below 18, but, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. He got the book thrown at him.
Sean, they were drunk teenagers.
Yeah, how many times did they say it? Drunk teenagers, old man. Drunk teenagers, old man. And they gaslighted him. It's like, they were not the most likable teenagers or 20-somethings. They were not the most likable. And they had liars on their side for sure. But it's clear when you watch the video that very early on, this man thought, what if I just stab a couple of them?
Just a little shanking.
That's what he did. What if I shank a couple of these kids?
So what's the max sentence you can get now?
It doesn't say in what I'm looking here, but
he's still going to die in prison.
He's in his 50s. It depends on what he gets. He's going to be in there for the remainder of his useful life. There's no doubt about that. Could he get out in like his 70s or something? It depends on what the jury or the judge, eventually the judge decides to give him as a sentence. He didn't perform well. And I don't think it was on account of his representation not being well. I think his attorneys did as best as they could. But they had a client that lied to the cops. And it was right there in 4K. Here's an interview with him. Here is Nikolai Mew saying, yep, they took out knives. I tried to defend myself. I took their knives and stabbed them. He knew that not to be the case. And it turned. I guarantee you, if they do interviews with the jury, they keep bringing that up. Zephyrus Biker says, so the kids get no charges? The female witness said he didn't hit her. So the kids just circled around and bullied him, pushed him down, hit him. Minimum, they should get an assault charge. Talk to the prosecutor. This is not their case. This is his case. This is how this works. So if C-Lane and I are involved in an altercation, I stab C-Lane.
Wait. Are we on the same? Oh, we're versus each other?
We're battling each other. It's Godzilla versus Kong. It's happening.
Who's what?
I would like to be Godzilla.
Tiny little arms. That makes sense.
I'll be Kong. All right, I'm Kong. He's Godzilla. I stab him. He stabs me. And the cops come around and they decide, we think that Sean was the aggressor here, so we're going to file charges. We're going to recommend that the prosecutor file charges against Sean. They file the charges. It goes through the court system. You may end up with a court case like this. You get your verdict. They render your sentence, and you go off to jail. That, in a nutshell, is how the justice system works or is supposed to work. At no point in time is anyone precluded from saying that C-Lane also could be facing charges and have charges against him and a trial of his own and a verdict of his own and a sentence of his own and on from there. Those kids were not on trial. They were not. They were in as much as the jury was examining them and examining their story and deciding who they thought was right and who they thought was wrong. And they thought Nikolai Mew was wrong. And no amount of molding on the YouTube chats of this live verdict coming through is going to fix that. Because there's going to be a lot of people that are like, oh, the justice system's ruined. It's up there. You can't even defend yourself. This isn't about defending yourself. The justice system is actually very much on the side of public defense. So many people that we see in stories, even when it's a dicey case, I'll give you an example, a controversial one, George Zimmerman. And I said, as that case was going on, I said, Trayvon Martin instigated this fight, started to attack him, was smashing his head against the concrete. There are witnesses hearing the screaming and seeing this going down. They're going to say that George Zimmerman had a right to defend himself, even if you don't like it. And that's what happened. That was the result of this. So many times in the United States of America, juries side with people being able to defend themselves, even with lethal force. But not always. If somebody watches this video, they go, that did not need to happen that way. And even though those kids sucked, he went way, way, way too far. And in doing so, deserves to be in jail for a while. That's where we are. That's where it ended up. If you don't like it, let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your dispatch over there. Maybe you do think it's the right outcome. Either way, you can tell us and get your voice on the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. I got a follow-up from another teacher that we'll get to in the email side when we come back. The next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Tori Spelling attempts another go at relevancy by predicting her kids' childhood drama. This week in Hollywood ran out of ideas, but has plenty of reboots and remakes. May I present to you Melrose Place, baby? Plus, apparently, La Isla Bonita does not have central air conditioning. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Good morning. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. We've got a stormy day on the way. Today's a Fox 35 storm alert day. The possibility of severe storms this afternoon with wind gusts past 60 miles an hour. Outside of thunderstorms, it's going to be a windy day with gusts routinely over 40 miles an hour. So be careful driving on the roads. A hot one, highs close to 90 degrees. This will lead to a beautiful Friday and Saturday with highs closer to 80 with low humidity. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Nasal Guard. People who suffer from allergies use Nasal Guard to prevent them. Nasal Guard's innovative gel and spray products protect you from all airborne allergens, no matter what the forecast holds. Visit Amazon, Walmart, or NasalGuard.com today. Breathe better this spring. NasalGuard.com.
You don't need a resolution to lose weight. You need a solution. And that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specifically formulated to provide full-strength semaglutide in a daily tablet. With Revelex, you lose up to 15 pounds a month. And it's not a shot, so you can skip the weekly trips to a doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications like Ozempic. That's right, I said half the price. Plus, Red Mountain includes medically supervised meal plans and free lifetime maintenance to help you keep the weight off. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class health care and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South Window lives Florida weather, and that's why our windows and doors are designed to take on severe hurricanes and the most intense heat. They're built and installed by us, meaning better value and a lifetime guarantee for you. Give your family security that lasts a lifetime. Get New South proud.
For a limited time only, save 35% on New South Windows products and installation.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
People who suffer from allergies use Nasal Guard to prevent them. Nasal Guard's innovative gel and spray products protect you from all airborne allergens, no matter what the forecast holds. Visit Amazon, Walmart, or NasalGuard.com today. Breathe better this spring. NasalGuard.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
In the world of entertainment and beyond, we'll get to more of the fallout from the Apple River verdict. A big fat guilty for Nikolai Mew. We'll also talk about this teacher responding to the anonymous letter that came in earlier, and I'll give everybody an overview of that so you're all caught up, and a lot more on a busy Thursday. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Hey, Twitter world, I'm sorry. You know, I murdered them both. I apologize.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey,
smoke weed every day.
Hold up. Do you want to retract that?
I think that was actually O.J. Simpson,
you know,
my estimation.
See, Lane and I ever get murdered, that will be used against you in a court of law.
I murdered them both.
Especially if it's both of us.
Yeah. Exactly. You know who's going to murder those rates when it comes to refinancing and buying a first dream home?
Mm-hmm.
That mortgage guy, Don.
I knew that, but I didn't want to spoil it.
He is going to help you find the best deal ever when it comes to buying your first dream home, refinancing. Perhaps you're looking into a commercial loan, a small business administration loan, some HELOCs, everything in between, and so much more. Start the process today with an expert and a friend that you can trust. Don't miss the boat. Get your quote today by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
It was a mere 24 years ago, ready to feel old.
Yes.
This gal released this song on this day.
Britney Spears.
Which one?
Oops, I did it again.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It was 24 years ago.
Man.
That was one of my first CDs on repeat.
Are you older or younger than Britney Spears, Sabrina?
I'm younger.
You are?
I'm younger. I think she was 80 something. Or maybe Britney
Wait, what?
Spears.
She's talking about birth year.
Oh.
Obviously I am, Sean.
I was like, well, she looks great. Maybe it is dementia. It's like if she's in her 80s, we got a real problem going on here.
She's a lot older than I thought. She was she was born December 1981, so
that's not that long ago.
That's
a
very
pretty
old. It's
good
like
year.
super, super, super old.
I think it's a pretty good year.
Much older.
Who do you guys think looks older, me or Britney Spears?
You.
Britney Spears.
Thank you, Sealand.
Wow. You want to wipe that off your chin real quick?
No, just keep it there.
Speaking of doing it again, that song reached number one. By the way, Jack comes in to the studio and he goes, "Hey, I just want to make sure you got your bikini ready for the event." Oops, I Did It Again reached number one on the pop charts, only peaked at number 9 on the Hot 100, but she lives to tell the tale for now.
Wait, only made it to what on the Hot 100?
Number 9.
Damn, that's
Oops,
kind of
I Did It Again?
surprising.
Yeah. But
I would have thought that was just like number one because it was everywhere when it came out.
So what do you think was Britney Spears' number one hits? Obviously,
That
Baby
wasn't
One
it?
More Time.
Baby One More Time was a big one, obviously, and
Toxic?
then you had
Toxic was up there.
Toxic.
Hold It Against Me, Gimme More.
Hold
Give
it
me
against
more.
me.
Would you hold it against
Was it
me?
up against nothing?
I don't know.
No.
Sometimes. That's one of my
Sometimes,
favorites.
yeah.
I run.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's all
Sometimes
I
I
remember.
what?
Run.
Cry. And sometimes I'm scared of this gal right here.
That. Madonna.
Madonna is right, and so bizarre. This tour is going on. This was the rescheduled one after she got very sick, almost died, or at least that was according to the headlines last year.
Right.
Now she's on the rescheduled path. She lost her ever-loving mind at a venue not too long ago. Where was she? Oh, she was in Miami over the weekend. And she was upset because the venue had the air conditioning on.
Oh, no.
Can't
have that.
Hell no. Could you imagine going to a concert and none of it was on? I don't
Yeah.
understand how she can work in that condition, but she lost her ever-loving Madonna mind. And here's the clip to show it. Here's the clip right now.
How much I have been waiting for this whole show. I am working my ass off. I deserve it. The show will not go on until you respect me.
So those of you... Those
I
of
hear
you...
her saying respect me a bunch.
Yeah, you don't know how much I've been waiting for this whole effing show. I am working my ass off. I deserve it. Respect me. The show will not go on until you respect me. So I guess the respect is being shown by turning off the air conditioning in the entire venue.
That sounds uncomfortable.
It also seems unsafe. People could pass out from that. She also reportedly said, I also work very hard because I am a mother and I'm an artist and I am a queen. Yes. Period. And then she gave about a 10-minute tribute to the 2016 Pulse nightclub victims.
Really?
So interesting show.
Why did she do that in Miami and not Tampa?
Great question, C-Lane. And why did Sylvester Stallone call out all the extras for being ugly?
Hey, you ugly.
Have you seen this story yet?
You ain't got no alibi.
Yeah, you ugly is what Sylvester said to all of the extras on the set of his Paramount Plus show, Tulsa King.
Ouch.
Yeah, season 2 currently in production, and old Sly Dog apparently complained about the extras being, quote, and I quote, effing ugly. He would also call people names and laugh at them, like Tub of Lard and Fat Guy with Cane.
Devil's advocate, did the fat guy have a cane? Or was he completely wrong on this?
TBD. And,
All right.
I mean, how lardy was that tub, if we
Yeah.
really think about it? Eye of the beholder. Now, they said he asked for pretty young girls to be around him instead. I don't know if that worked out. It was so uncomfortable and toxic that even a casting director resigned. Casting director, I believe, doesn't even have to be on set.
Yeah.
They just cast the people.
This guy was a little bit tough to deal with, it seemed.
I mean,
What does
but
it
after-
sound like for Sylvester Stallone to call people ugly and want the pretty young girls there?
Adrian! You fat tub of lard! Effing ugly, I need some pretty young girls, Adrian! Thoughts?
I want more of the fat guy with the cane.
I feel like
Fat
I'm hearing.
guy with cane! Get out of here, Adrian!
I feel like I'm listening to Michael Scott do his best Sylvester Stallone impression.
Or Sylvester Stallone with a stroke. The director of Tulsa King denies that Sylvester insulted anyone on set. He says the casting director improperly hired older actors. And by older,
Properly.
fuggos and fatties. When they asked for 25 to 35-year-olds to be hip and young. So he also says Sly never asked for pretty girls because his wife, Jennifer Flavin, was there the whole time.
Is there anybody that
Flavin,
you can
Jennifer!
publicly discriminate against more than fat people and ugly people? It's just like people just do it. Ugly people. I feel like really
amputees?
genuinely the ugliest of ugly people. People will get upset if you go after amputees. The ugliest of ugly people, I feel for you because when people make fun of you, nobody seems to care. It's like, yeah, but they're ugly, you know? That's
And
a
think
tough
about
life.
it, you don't just hear it once.
No, it's never
You
ending.
hear
And
it
then
your entire life.
And when you're being realistic, even if people go, no, you're beautiful. You're, Christina Aguilera song. You're just absolutely gorgeous. You look in the mirror and you're like, damn, I'm not though.
You mean the Christina Aguilera song where it was like a whole video full of ugly people?
Yes,
you are
right.
beautiful
Uh-huh.
unless you have a cane.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Bateman.
What can't bring him down?
I think I'm going to stop
Stairs.
myself.
Fat.
I'm still. I still have some bikini tops shopping to do.
All
so,
right.
in the meantime, stop plugging Big Dairy, you crazy people.
I'm sorry about that.
Wait for it.
Milky milk, milky milk.
And Jason Bateman is facing the wrath of whom, you think?
Big
Take a
milk?
wild guess.
Vegans?
No.
No, PETA. It's gotta
PETA
be PETA.
is correct.
I know you know the drill.
Yeah.
PETA, I guess, got a hold of Jason Bateman, and please sit down for this. He was doing an ad read for a dairy company on his podcast.
He's getting that big dairy money, that cottage cheese money.
I'll
take it.
In a new letter, the actor is slammed by the animal rights org for spreading what they call false and misleading marketing claims on a March episode of the Smartless podcast. Now, there are 2 other famous people on that podcast. I don't understand
But
why
he's the one reading the ad.
Okay, so they targeted him.
Yeah.
Oh, because they had an issue with Jason claiming Organic Valley, a company that pumps out dairy products like milk, sells items that are ethically sourced from small family farms. As they claim the cows are used for dairy production or are harmed in collection process.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Not right. Don't you? Isn't that your milk of choice?
What? No, mine is Fairlife. I like the Fairlife
right.
stuff.
Are they fair to the cows?
I don't know how fair they are to the cows. I hope
fair
they're
to life.
It's ultra pasteurized, so it lasts a really long time, and I think it's
Because
really
it takes out
tasty.
all the stuff that's good for you.
You
I mean,
know
I'm
what
sure it's
doesn't
tasty.
last a long time?
What?
The cow's quality of life.
I hope the cow has a fine time. I hope it's all good before it gets hit with a bolt. But I can't be sure of this stuff. I don't know. I'm not going to go to each farm where I eat stuff from. It's too much work.
I don't know.
Let me see the animals and make sure that they're okay.
Could we really say that an organic farm cow has a terrible life? I mean, it's got some little farmhand massaging its cow nips all the time.
You
That's
think
not
that feels
bad.
good for them? It's also not a farmhand. It is literally it's a machine that
I
sucks
said
it
maybe
out
on
of
the
them.
organic farm.
Would
it's
you like a
farmhand.
machine attached to your nipples, C-Lane?
Don't ask him
it's-
that question.
Yeah, I know. Never mind. How would you like
Win
Melrose
stupid
Place?
prizes.
Melrose Place is coming back.
All right.
And at this point, I go, that's all you guys, because that was
Never seen it.
not my time.
Oh, you guys aren't into that? Okay.
We're not that old.
Melrose Place was like 90s, wasn't it? In my head, I put Melrose Place. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like it was a battle royale between people who like Melrose Place and people who like Beverly Hills 90210.
Okay, also not my time, respectfully. So they say they're all coming back. Well, some of them, the original stars, Heather Locklear, Laura Layton, who played who?
She played Darcy.
Hello, this is the main place in Australia.
Adelaide.
Sydney is.
Damn it.
Adelaide.
I thought that was right.
Or Canberra if you're asking for the capital.
Daphne. I'm gonna call her Daphne Z because if I mispronounce that,
it's Zuniga, probably.
okay.
Whoa. That's a tough one.
There's no word if any other originals will join. One of them will be a ghost if they do because they are dead. Now, the pressure cooker of a reunion soon uncovers old traumas, says the description. Old romances, reignites old resentments, and reveals new secrets.
True.
So this should last all of half a season on the CW, but no word on when it will be revealed to the public. Also coming back, Blair Witch Project. Now we're talking
Nice.
from my time.
So scared.
But they're saying they're trying to reimagine it, revive it for this generation, and that, I believe, will ruin it completely. Because instead of a camcorder, instead of that lo-fi footage,
Cell phone.
Oh, no.
it's going to be cell phone and TikTok
Live
dances.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they do it right, I mean, I suppose that might be okay. It was It was from Jason Blum, so we do trust Blumhouse for the most part.
Yeah.
So
was it called Blumhouse back then? I don't remember. I don't remember hearing that name way back when that movie first came out.
Oh, I don't know if it was. Wait, that's from him? I didn't even know that until just now.
That's why I'm saying I don't remember if he actually called it Blumhouse or Blumhouse.
Oh, are we saying the reboot is from him?
The reboot is from him.
Okay,
the
that makes
original
sense.
Blair Witch had obviously a very low price tag. It said Blumhouse was behind the skin-crawling Paranormal Activity and The Purge.
Yep.
They have generated nearly $6 billion at the box office. This seems just like an article to fluff them up a little bit, but there's I forget who did the original Blair Witch Project.
I think it was like a really independent kind of thing.
Well, they made a whole bunch of money, so we'll see how this next one
Did
goes.
you guys hear what else is getting the reboot treatment?
What's that, Elaine?
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh, I like that one. I just recently saw it for the first time ever.
It's like
That's for tomorrow's Sabrina reviews.
Yeah, it's. I guess they're doing it with an all-black family, and then the person playing Rose is Nicole Richie.
Oh, I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Can't say I've seen her act too much.
I don't remember her acting either, but she's in the movie.
And apparently Natasha Lyonne's going to be in town for the film festival, and they're going to be playing Sorry Mama, I'm a Cheerleader.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a very cult classic when it comes to the lesbian world. Yeah. so
Really? Okay.
There's some fun facts for you. On the boob tube, fun times. All right. We got, of course, the series premiere of Fallout on Amazon, series premiere of Patty Stanger, the Matchmaker on the CW, actual series premiere of F-Boy Island, Lovers and Liars spinoff, and coming back finally is Law & Order SVU. Catch Ryan Gosling on Fallon, and you follow your dreams. And me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, and most importantly, say with me, American.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we'll get into this email from a teacher, and maybe, just maybe, we might buy a deserted island.
Oh,
The details on this are forthcoming. That is on the way. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a bit of slowdowns on Orange Blossom Trail due to an accident northbound at Boy Scout Road and delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Construction's causing delays blocking the right lane on Florida's Turnpike southbound south of County Road 470, and it's a bit wet out there on the roadways, so travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Are you an experienced contractor with a passion for quality? Want industry-leading compensation? Renewal by Anderson is now hiring experienced window and door installation subcontractors with general and trim carpentry experience. Renewal by Anderson values your experience and talent. We offer aggressive bonus opportunities and year-round installation work. All installation materials are provided and windows are pre-measured and ready to install. If you're ready for a new job opportunity, call us today, 855-769-0RBA.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry. Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid 1-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. The plan starts at just $34 a month, the lowest plan price in 10 years. Remember, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Florida Prepaid open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast,
featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marchitelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at Corona.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast, featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marchitelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Another happy Safelite customer.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
There I was driving down the highway when out of nowhere, a rock hits my windshield. So annoying. But then I remembered Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. I booked my appointment at Safelite.com. And with my insurance, my new windshield was no cost to me. Safelite even handled my insurance claim, which was the best.
Cracked windshield? Just go to Safelite.com and let Safelite take care of everything.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
By the time it's tax day on Monday, April 15th, you've either filed or filed for an extension. And regardless of that fact, McDonald's is giving you a tasty reason to celebrate. Only on tax day, go ahead and order your favorite McCrispy sandwich for just $3 in the McD app. It's a delicious way to say, hey, I deserve it. Any tender and juicy McCrispy sandwich. So file that McDonald's order only on tax day and only in the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid only on 4/15/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79. From the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos, a better, easier way to get term life insurance, all online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos, up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
No payments till next year on top of closeout prices. Click OrlandoNissan.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
Email from earlier, and if you weren't with us, let me just get you caught up with everything. So somebody earlier said, I want to remain anonymous. My wife is a teacher, and my wife was celebrating this victory. The teachers won in this battle over what they call the Don't Say Gay law. And I said, okay, and I looked at the couple of the linked stories, and I looked at the actual agreement and some of the stuff that he had attached to the email in question. And I said, none of this says what you're suggesting. It doesn't seem to say that to me. It seems to say that the teachers and other interested parties sued the state of Florida and the governor over this HB 1557. Everybody calls it the Don't Say Gay Act because activists started doing that. It's really the Florida Parental Rights and Education Act. That's not as catchy. That's not as exciting. That's not as good in headlines. And I said, here's how it really went to me. It went like this. Some of these teachers seeing media coverage or hearing people saying, you know, we say gay in this neighborhood, we do all this stuff. They were upset by this. They said, we want to be able to answer questions if a kid has a question in class. What if a teacher is gay? They can't say anything about their partner. They're worried about all these things. So this case and some other ones made their way all the way through the court system in the state of Florida. And when it got to the Supreme Court in the state of Florida, they decided this case has no merit because the teachers are suggesting something that's not in HB 1557. HB 1557, I'm even looking at the Wikipedia entry on this. They say the law is most notable for its controversial sections which prohibit public schools from having, quote, classroom discussion or giving, quote, classroom instruction about sexual orientation or gender identity from kindergarten through third grade, or in any manner deemed to be against state standards in all grades, prohibits public schools from adopting procedures or student support forms that maintain the confidentiality of a disclosure by a student, meaning the school cannot have a secret with a student that they don't share with parents. And that's basically the outline of this bill. And everybody started calling it Don't Say Gay. And so I say that the teachers started reading about this and they got upset and they said, we need to be able to do this. And the state said, you are able to do all the things that you're saying. And the teachers kept pushing this law and the judge goes, you are able to do all these things that you're saying. You seem to be misinterpreting HB 1557. And the state said, okay, we'll further clarify. This bill stands. And also we're saying that, you know, here's a little extra clarification with it. That doesn't seem like some big win in the battle against DeSantis to me. It seems like all of his stuff stays around.
So what were the clarifications, though?
The clarifications were like, the teachers were like, we're upset that we can't answer a question if a kid asks one about a same-sex couple. And they're like, you can do that. This is about instructions in the classroom and part of like classroom curriculum. If you make something about if you make your classroom curriculum about sex, then you can't do that under this bill. And so they said the teachers seem to be upset about personal stories or interactions with students and the idea that they can't say the word gay. And those are not included in this bill. And even though they were mad about these, they weren't actually impacted in this way. So anyways, Stefana emails. She says, hi there. Just heard a snippet of what you shared from the anonymous teacher's letter on the settlement on the parental rights and education law. The reason why this settlement is important for those who have defended the right to read is because it required the state to clarify the law in writing. Since HB 1557 passed in the spring of 2022, we've seen districts remove library books with LGBTQ representation, like those with 2 moms or 2 dads in picture books. Charlotte County went as far as issuing guidance saying characters and themes like this cannot exist in pre-K libraries. So she's just saying the reaction in a lot of states or a lot of counties and cities was stupid. They went overboard. They started taking the color purple off of shelves and stuff. They obvious books that weren't impacted by this were taken off.
Gay?
Yes, no. They started to go after all of these books, and we know the whole book banning thing that everybody talks about. And I think some of the schools did it as like a political move, like, oh yeah, we can't do that, then we're gonna have to remove all of these books. Some of them maybe not motivated in that way. And in fact, she agrees because she says these were fear-based local decisions that were enabled by the confusing library media training put out by the FLDOE. Finally, there's an FLDOE rule called the Principles of Professional Conduct that says an educator could lose their certification for age-inappropriate classroom instruction on topics of sexual orientation and gender identity. Without the clarification that was finally ordered by the settlement agreement, district officials cautioned teachers that they could lose their license for providing access to books with gay characters. We now know that this threat does not exist. I'm a public school parent and leader at the Florida Freedom to Read Project. I've spent the last 3 years tracking the censorship happening in our schools, using public records to confirm the removal of books. Thanks for allowing me the opportunity to clarify. Warm regards, Stefana, she says. I hear everything. No, not this person. Okay. This person didn't want to be anonymous. Stefana has been fighting for all of this stuff and is deep into it. I hear everything you're saying.
I did think in my head it would be hilarious if it's like, warm regards, Stefana, please keep me anonymous.
I hear everything you're saying, Stefana, but I just completely disagree with the digestion of this as some big win. It would be like this. Let me give you a comparison. It would be like if there was a new law passed, and it was HB 1558. And the law said that, people can't say this particular thing on the radio, right? But I misinterpreted that law. I said, well, why can't I say this? And the state said, no, you can say that. That's not what we're suggesting. That's not what's in the law. I said, well, why can't I say this? And they go, you're reading this wrong. What are you doing? This is not at all what this says. You're not impacted by this. And I keep freaking out, and I escalated all the way up the chain. And the judge goes, yeah, what are you freaking out about? This doesn't affect what you're complaining about. And then finally, they're like, oh, okay, we'll just further clarify that the things you're saying that aren't impacted by this aren't impacted by this. I don't see that as a win. I see it as you had it wrong the entire time. A lot of people just got fooled by coverage or got wrapped up in some of the emotions in the argument or just heard don't say gay as a law and thought that sounds bad because it does. You're like, hey, we're just going to erase gay people from the classroom. People were mad about a thing that didn't actually exist. It was mostly focused on K through third grade and classroom instruction on these issues. And most people, when explained that, are going to absolutely fundamentally agree with it. They're not going to think that that's not a good idea. So the issue that I see is people getting mad about things that aren't real. You're inflamed by something that wasn't actually the case. And we have that all over the place in this country. And I don't know how we fix that. It will take a lot of work, actually, to do that. We're seeing some improvement on social media platforms. I got to give it to them. I didn't think I would. The folks over at Facebook and Instagram, they have really improved the feed on both those platforms. And that's why I think downloads to Facebook and Instagram have shot up drastically over the last several months. People are wondering why that is. They've taken the politics out of most of the feeds. There's settings where you can say I want it or I don't want it, but they've made some moves there. And I kind of dig that. I think that's a better experience and less people will be inflamed by things that aren't true. What do you think? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. I'd love to hear from you. Okay.
We don't care if you inflame people.
Let's go to
all the inflaming. All the inflaming.
Flame City.
Let's go to the deserted island story. Because, guys, we could do this. We could do this. Here's the thing. We got 3 of us, right?
Uh-huh.
$1,000 split 3 ways? This is not bad for...
I've made more damage on my own.
I know where we can get $1,000 right now.
Where?
I just know somebody's walking around the building with $1,000 in their pocket.
Okay, all right, cool. Move. Cool, all right.
But three of us can corner him.
Yeah.
Or her.
Or them.
We're going to do violence on this person?
No violence.
Oh, okay.
Just strong words.
All right, we'll say, hey.
Give me your money.
We'll be like, it's in your best interest to give us that $1,000 right now. And they'll go, why? And we'll go, we're considering buying an island, and we think it'll be good for the show. This is offshore in Tampa Bay, where boaters can find the deserted Pine Key on Paradise Island. Locals call it Beer Can Island.
Oh, my gosh. Wait, where? Off of what?
Off of Pine Key in Hillsborough County over in Tampa Bay.
So I have heard about this. However, there is a much more famous Beer Can Island where I'm from. My stomping grounds in Miami.
I feel like there's one
probably a lot of beer can islands.
I feel like there's one at the Palm Beaches, too. I feel like every area that has a bunch of little islands, one of them is called Beer Can Island somewhere.
You know why?
Why?
Because everyone dumps their beer
cans.
Yeah.
Oh, they have to have a trash dump out there. Well, it's up for sale right now. It's a 9-acre island. It's just a few miles from the local MacDill Air Force Base. It's been a hot spot to local party goers for decades. According to the Tampa Bay Times, the man-made island was created in the 1940s by dredging, and they planted a bunch of Australian pine trees there, and it became a great island that people would go to. And Sabrina's exactly right. People visited the island to relax, and there was an accumulation of trash like beer cans, hence the name Beer Can Island. Now we can get this thing. And
for $1,000, what is the catch? There's no way that's the actual price.
We have to clean up all the beer cans.
That's fine, but that's less than $1,000. You know what it is? It's probably going to be completely flooded in a matter of a couple years. Just
I think that's going to happen no matter what. You know, it's going to be overtaken at some point. But it says $1,000. Hang on, let me go down to the nitty gritty in this whole thing here. Said there's some people who are trying to buy this. There's a project. They show all these photos of them partying on this Beer Can Island. This has like an actual structure and stuff that's built on it. If you check this out here in front of me, C-Lane.
I'm not seeing.
Like there's like a little like rooftop kind of place.
Okay, and I'm looking at a overhead shot of it, and it doesn't look like there's much.
Oh, really? It looks more barren than this? I see like a thing for people to get married. And it's like there's like a little bar and stuff. Maybe they just do pop-up
Beer
stuff.
Can Island.
It's pretty cool. And here they are. Here's all the boats around it, and it's just surrounded by a whole bunch of boats.
Okay, so you buy the island, and then you have to buy the security because everyone's still going to keep showing up, are they not?
All right, here's what it says. One of the prospective buyers, Nick Lipidrov of Children of Faith. This is a real guy. Nick Lipidrov is putting together a project that would allow members of the public to be joint owners of the island. He said the project, dubbed Save Beer Can Island, would allow buyers to pledge $1,000 for partial ownership of the property. The funds collected through the pledges would go into an escrow account, and they would only be put toward purchases involving the island, they said. This includes the purchase price of the land, taxes and legal fees, website, domain, and other operational costs related directly to the island. So if you pay $1,000, you get, if they win the bid, you get a piece of that Beer Can Island. Or you're one of the owners. You're one of the people who's behind it.
You and 1,000 other people.
You got other people with you, yes.
Yeah,
it doesn't. Did it say 1,000 total? He said over 200 people have already pledged for shares of the island.
And we're welcoming more. No way.
Hold on. Why is there
a scam?
He said the money could be used for domain and website related stuff for Beer Can Island. But beercanisland.com is already their URL. They already own that. Maybe it's renewals for that. Their website is right here, and it says Beer Can Island is for sale, now accepting offers. And it's just got a bunch of overhead shots of this. But it's pretty cool.
That website
60 acres.
is elementary, my dear Watson.
Horrible.
It's not great. They got enough money to have something better than this.
I'm out. I'll say that.
Look, though, this is nice. You don't think you wouldn't want to chill right here in these little thatched roof areas?
No.
And bring a boat up, maybe.
Show me
Beer
that
Can
website
Island.
again.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, no, thank you.
It looks a little bootleg. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's up for sale if you're interested. So go grab your island while you can. All right, let's work at a couple of dispatches.
It's like if the Firefest was next door, you know? Like you didn't have to fly to it. You could just take your boat.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. If I bought a piece of Beer Can Island, I don't have a boat. So if you're an island owner, you have to have a boat. You can't not have the
have an
boat
inflatable kayak you can borrow.
I might need that. But they'll all laugh at me when I'm going out there in that thing. Let's go over to JCC 123 with a dispatch. Let's see what they say.
Hey, Sean. I would think somebody like you in radio would appreciate these teachers' positions. They didn't know what they could and couldn't say. In radio, you know what you can't say, at least.
No, we don't.
Being such a right-wing hump.
All right. First of all, dummy, your entire point falls on the fact that we don't know what we can't say on the radio. We aren't told that. If you think that there is a list from the FCC that says you can say this and you can say that on the radio, you're absolutely wrong, and you're more brain dead than you probably could ever imagine. We don't have that. We have, like, other guidelines. We can go on previous judgments. We can use our brains. We can listen to our program directors. We can do all of those things. But if you think that there's absolute firm guidance on what you say and what you don't say, you are absolutely and totally wrong, JCC 123. As for the clarification, anybody can get clarification. You could ask the state of Florida, hey, I want it in writing. What does this and this, is this and this impacted by this law? And they were told over and over that these things weren't actually impacted by the law. And you could read it and see that it doesn't mention some of the things that they were worried about. They had a fear that was irrational when lined up with the actual law as passed. And if you just read the law itself, you can sort through most of that. Am I mad that they got clarification? No, that's fine. If that's what they wanted so bad, that's good. But it's not like a W for them and they won over DeSantis. The judge literally said everything in the law stays as is. There's no win there. It's just that you got mad about something. The judge said that isn't impacted by said law. And here you go. There's a little note that makes it more official that it's not impacted by this. It's not a right-wing take, you lunatic. That's a self-report on how far out into the woods you've found yourself. This is really, really a dopey way to look at things, okay? I'm saying, is it good? Good for the teachers. Okay, fine. But is it a victory? No, it doesn't seem like a victory to me. It doesn't seem like they won anything there. That's just how I parse that. If you parse it differently, fine. I just think you're totally wrong.
You all right?
I'm fine. There's a lot of...
Did he call you a hump?
He's right-wing something. I don't know. I get right-wing, I get left-wing, I get all of the dumb people. And usually it's just an indicator on where they're at on the political spectrum, because people don't like to hear things that they disagree with. That's fine. Open for all dummies. Send your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. And my glorious, beautiful angels that dispatch in every single day with their unbelievable takes. What? Glorious, beautiful angels?
It's like
I love the dispatch.
Uncles call the cheerleaders at a high school football game.
I'm not talking about the cheerleaders. I'm talking about the wonderful people that are sending in these dispatches. And it sounds a little Trumpy, honestly.
Beautiful babies.
The beautiful babies.
A line of beautiful babies. It sounded more like
hump
swingers.
Is showing, dude.
It sounds a little bit like that, perhaps. We're got more of you chiming in on this, which is fine. And we have an update when we come back. And I was wondering if there would be anything on this. Remember the 20-year-old on that Royal Caribbean cruise ship that got in the argument with his dad? Yeah, there's an update on that story, and we'll talk about what's happening. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heading through the city this afternoon, there's a bit of delays between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Slowdowns on I-4 eastbound and westbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Construction blocking the right lane is causing delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound at County Road 470, and travel with caution out there. The roadways are a little wet this afternoon. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
greatest American rock and roll band in history, Aerosmith, present Peace Out, the Farewell Tour. Aerosmith, with special guests the Black Crowes. Kia Center, February 11th, 2025. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Aerosmith with the Black Crowes, the Farewell Tour. Peace out.
They're modern-day con artists, and they're the focus of Creating a Con, a true crime anthology podcast. Season 1 spotlights Ray Trapani and his tech startup scam, endorsed by DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather, and built on empty promises and millions from bilked investors.
If someone's like, oh, what's your best way of making money? I don't think start a business. I'm like, oh, we should start some sort of scheme, and I can't help it.
Listen to Creating a Con on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Creating a Con.
Need a reboot? RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Spring has sprung, so let's have some fun. This month, I'll help you reboot your old ride and save up to $8,000 on a new Mitsubishi. So if your old ride's a hunk of junk, don't let it leave you in a funk. You can even drive a new car today with a lifetime warranty, like the Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon starting at $15,900. The popular Eclipse Cross, in stock and ready for delivery. Or the 2024 Outlander, 5-star safety rated, starting at $23,900. So if you've been dreaming of driving a new RC Hill Mitsubishi, don't get your wires crossed, because my team works hard every day, and that's what makes us different. So this week, reboot your old ride, and you could save up to $8,000 on a nicer, newer car. But hurry, a deal this good will shut down fast. I'm RC Hill, and I'm your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. See all my trendy rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Vehicle purchase price determines actual discount.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
If it's time for you to get some new windows, reach out to Mike the Home Builder and his team of professionals at the Home Builders Network. Let me tell you what you will get when Mike takes care of you. Great quality windows, great installation, and great service, all for a fair price. What you won't get is a window company that moves into your house for 3 hours when they come in for the free estimate, pressuring you for the sale. Use someone local, someone you can trust. Go to myhomebuildersnetwork.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
I'm Johnny B. Good, the host of the podcast Creating a Con, the story of Bitcoin. This podcast dives deep into the story of Ray Trapani and his company, Centratech. I'll explore how three 20-somethings built a company out of lies, deceit, and greed.
I've been saying since a very young age that I was going to be a millionaire. If someone's like, oh, what's your best way of making money? I'm like, oh, we should start some sort of scheme.
Listen to Creating a Con, the story of Bitcoin, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
River case, we know it was guilty across the board pretty much for Nikolai Mew. That man stepping up and taking the defense in his own case may have done him in. Or just like he wasn't meant to win the case because what he did was wrong and illegal, and the judge or the jury saw that. That's clearly what the jury came back with as a verdict. Sometimes when we're talking about cases like that, I think it's a really great barometer. This Apple River case is such a great barometer. Maybe we can talk about this a bit more in jury duty, or maybe not. But the case to me becomes people screaming at each other. And I look at this like I look at everything else. I don't care about teams. I don't care about any of that nonsense. What is the law in the place where this happened? Is the law in the place where this happened agreed upon as a fair law? Did the person get a chance to defend themselves and present their case? Did the jury look at what was happening and say, yes, this person violated this law and now should be punished for it? Yes, on all of those things. For me, I don't know how you see it any other way, unless you think that if somebody is bullied, they should just be able to defend themselves in whatever way they think is defending themselves. With that, you could say, Klebold and what's his name for Columbine. Hey, they were bullied at the school, they said one time, so they were just defending themselves when they shot up the campus. And it's like, obviously, there's a limitation to that. And I think we checked all the boxes on this, and the guy just went too far and got punished for it. That's the way that the justice system is supposed to work, for God's sake. You don't get to just do whatever you want. Like, if Sabrina bullies me in the hallway, pushes me into the wall, kicks me in the face or something.
What are you going to do about it, little bitch?
And I want to kick her back, I can do that. But I can't just go, I am going to respond by stabbing you 95 times. Like, obviously, it doesn't make any sense.
Also, but how silly would you look trying to kick me?
I would try it.
I would definitely dodge it.
You think you're faster than me? I'm trying to think.
When it comes to like dodging things, or like if my phone falls while I'm standing up, like there is something about these legs that like move like magic for some reason. It doesn't necessarily. I mean, it's benefit me in the sense of not cracking my phone, but
now you may totally disagree with this, and that's fine. I believe. Don't make that face at you. You don't even know what I'm saying.
Of course I know what you're saying. It's because every time you say that phrase, which is at least 3 times a week, it follows with something. Go on.
Okay, what am I going to say then? If you already know, you know what I'm going to say.
I don't know exactly what you're going to say. I just know exactly the lines in which you are going to say it. But I please, the floor is all yours.
Given this circumstance, if we were out on the street and we had to race each other for 50 yards, I would think that I would be able to beat you for that distance. Okay. However, for some reason,
I beat you in every bike race we've ever done. You know that, right?
Yeah, but the bike races were longer, and the bike races are different than a street race. I'm talking about just on my feet. Okay. I'm a man on a kid's bike, for God's sake. That's tough. I'm not able to do that. Mm-hmm. Well, let me finish here.
All right, finish, please.
I feel like within the confines, Elaine, don't get uncomfortable. This is fine. This is okay.
I'm fine.
All right.
Why did you need to bring me into it?
Because he feels uncomfortable, Elaine.
I'm
Go
not
on,
uncomfortable.
Sean. What are you going to say? You're going to be
within the confines of iHeartRadio's hallways. If I had a knife out and I was trying to chase you around, I think that you would probably be able to evade me pretty
mostly because
solidly.
You have not been here in years, so you have no idea how the hallways have changed.
That factors in, but I feel like you could be kind of
I got the moves.
Spidery.
I could break your ankles.
Spidery.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrely? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, because you could bounce around.
You know, if you thought I had issues with my, what I looked like physically now.
I don't look like comment. I'm just suggesting that I feel like you could evade me within the confines of the building.
I could juke, for sure.
Yeah,
right. I grew up in a certain place, and I have learned to juke a lot of things as I've become older.
Okay, so are we in
Includes
disagreement there?
pains.
Well, we're probably in disagreement because you don't think that I could beat you in the 50-yard race.
Certainly am up for the challenge if you'd like.
All right, we'll have to do this at some point in time.
It's gonna be a
for
great
now,
radio bit.
Never been done before. Never tested out ever.
I didn't even think you guys were going to do this on the air. I thought this was just a really personal thing that you guys had to figure out about yourselves.
We just have to sort this out. See, Sabrina would never cave to suggest that there is anything that I am better than her at. And I would make multiple concessions.
See his
as
fighting
to
words,
things.
C-Lane? They're so predictable.
I would make multiple concessions as the things you would be better at than me. See, this is what I think the difference is. No, I'm not. We're not doing that. Say the nice things about me, please. Say the nice things. Oh, we're not. I already told you you'd be fast in the hallways.
I think you're way, way better at me than at like BSing.
Okay. Like
you're really good at like being extravagant in your lies.
Everything seems real negative here.
No, I'm doing it with a smile, man. Come on.
You are great. No. You're so good at being ugly. It's just remarkable.
We got into radio for a reason. It was not physical, challenges. But if you would like to, once again, because we do this every, I think, 2 or 3 years, I will certainly go head to head with you down the block, race style.
A lot of people are suggesting that you would be the victor. BS says Sabrina's definitely faster and stronger than Sean. There's no way she's stronger than me.
Oh my God, I'm not.
There's no shot in any way.
Right, you guys.
Well, it doesn't have to be like that. It's just like I'm a 6 foot
I'm a man.
Yes, and as a 6 foot man, I'm going to be physically stronger than somebody who's not as tall as I am.
Sean, you could barely walk 2 weeks ago because you hurt your toe.
What does that mean, though? I mean,
that you're starting to get frail, my guy.
Did you drop a couch on your foot yesterday?
Yes, I did, but that has nothing to do with anything.
Race?
Yeah, once my foot is totally 100%. Like in
I
the
rest
90s.
my case.
It's a 94 or something right now. It's getting very, very close.
Is it colors? Different colors now?
No, it wasn't even very. It wasn't even super colored before.
On your. Oh, because you weren't strong enough to hold it up.
No, I was strong enough to hold it up to a certain extent. It's a large couch. I can't, as one person, hold up the whole couch.
I could hold up the whole couch without a.
No
way.
way. There's not a shot. Not a shot.
So you want to have a couch hold off?
All right, here's the contest. Let's switch the whole game up because now we've gone to the world of strong. All right? Do you think that you can lift?
Maybe Tom and Dan will let us go
to
their couch racing, the couch racing event.
Computer thing.
We'll go to the couch racing event, and before the fun event starts, before all the cool stuff, all the cool fun stuff starts, you guys can just both hold couches.
Oh my God! You know how boring that would be for everyone else.
Yeah, but at least we'd have a winner at the end of it.
Everyone's like, "Are they okay?" Because both of us are sweating and like, you drop it, you go.
Do you think?
I don't know if you've had a winner. There'd just be two losers holding couches.
I think I feel more like a loser as we continue this conversation, Sean.
Okay,
Mini Cooper
in a parking lot. Can you lift one of the wheels?
Man? Seriously, are you all right? Do we need to talk?
I think that's a fair question. If you don't want to answer it, fine. I'm saying Mini Cooper in a parking lot. Could you lift up one of the wheels?
How heavy is it? A wheel?
How heavy is them? Yeah, just one of them. One tire off. I could lift a Mini Cooper wheel up.
Oh, you can?
47% sure.
Yeah, right.
So I haven't tried it before, but it seems like a smallest car, and it seems like I might be able to lift it off a little bit.
Generally, the weight of a Mini Cooper ranges between 2,700 and 4,000 pounds.
Oh, my God. Well, I got a lot more confident after that. Yeah, that's nothing. That's fine. I'm only using my body weight to lift up one tire off the ground. Just and put it down real quick.
And then
I've seen it. I've seen it in The World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, super cool is when you shart yourself afterwards and you're bound to a wheelchair for the rest of the year.
If that's part of what occurs to achieve ultimate victory, then that's part of what occurs. I don't think
Courtney,
people will be
you
talking about
have
that
a
afterwards.
space at my house to get over the embarrassment of Sean.
What do you think people will be talking about? The fact that Sean defeated
himself?
Sabrina, or that Sean sharded himself? Nobody's going to talk about that. That'll be forgotten the day after.
Yeah,
and
that's
they'll
a
go
good
back
point,
on
Sean.
to victory. They'll say, who was the true and obvious? We have to take a break.
Yeah, best of for sure coming up.
No, we have to take a break for serious, and we'll get to jury duty. We'll get to the update on this Royal Caribbean cruise ship where the 20-year-old jumped off of it when he got into a battle with his
You
dad.
think you could survive jumping off a cruise ship?
How high up?
No.
He was 11 stories up, so no. I mean...
Oh, but you could lift a Mini Cooper. Okay.
I can
Or
only
La
lift
La Land
one
here.
wheel of a Mini Cooper. I didn't say I could lift up a whole Mini Cooper. I'm not crazy. One wheel I could get maybe off the ground. Haven't tried it yet, but seems like I could do it. Feels like maybe I could do it. I mean, I've been trying over here.
I'm genuinely concerned for you right now.
Okay. All right, fine. All right, quick break. If you want to weigh in on this, go over to thenewsjunkie.com.
Phone lines are blowing up.
Fire off a dispatch in that direction, and we'll talk about this plus jury duty coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes.
We might even give you credit.
Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
The Magic are facing two crucial games to close the regular season. Orlando's in danger of falling into the play-in tournament after they lost to Milwaukee. To hockey and Lightning forward Nikita Kucherov is on another heater going into tonight's game against Ottawa. He has 16 points in the last 7 games. And Hall of Fame running back O.J. Simpson is dead at 76 after battling cancer. His family says he passed away yesterday. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast, featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marcatelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You got a service dog?
Actually, he's a deals dog. Since I'm looking for a new car, I trained him to sniff out awesome rates, member discounts, and fast decisions. Cool, huh?
But you know Navy Federal Credit Union has all those things, right?
You're right. He's got the scent. Oh, wait. Nope. That's just the bacon in my pocket.
Apply for a Navy Federal Credit Union auto loan online, at a branch, or in our mobile app. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Message and data rates may apply. Visit NavyFederal.org for more information.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you an experienced contractor with a passion for quality? Want industry-leading compensation? Renewal by Anderson is now hiring experienced window and door installation subcontractors with general and trim carpentry experience. Renewal by Anderson values your experience and talent. We offer aggressive bonus opportunities and year-round installation work. All installation materials are provided and windows are pre-measured and ready to install. If you're ready for a new job opportunity, call us today, 855-7690-RBA.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. April is Stress Awareness Month, and of course, stress is your body's natural response to pressure. It's also linked to 6 leading causes of death, and that includes heart disease and cancer. Often, those do not have symptoms. As a matter of fact, we know that many patients who have heart disease, their very first symptom was sudden death, and we also know that many life situations or life events can cause you stress. Let Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan make sure that you're fine. My mother and father-in-law did this, and the relief they got from a clear scan was unbelievable. And remember, there are no dyes, no injections. You don't have to take your clothes off. The entire thing only lasts about 10 minutes. Do what I did. Get that free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. Remember, just a few minimum requirements, but it is a $699 value, and it's easy to make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Make that call today, guys. Make 2024 the year you take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Another happy Safelite customer.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
There I was driving down the highway when out of nowhere, a rock hits my windshield. So annoying. But then I remembered Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace. I booked my appointment at Safelite.com. And with my insurance, my new windshield was no cost to me. Safelite even handled my insurance claim, which was the best.
Cracked windshield? Just go to Safelite.com and let Safelite take care of everything.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
DeLand Nissan gives you the best bottom line on our entire line. Shop by payment and value your trade in 10 seconds or less. Ready for your best buying experience? Stop by DeLand Nissan today.
It's not just a Nissan, it's a DeLand Nissan.
Nowadays, it seems like wherever I go, there's a vacuum emptying out my purse. I go to get gas. I go to buy groceries. I go to the coffee shop. But then, the strangest thing happened. I went to McDonald's for breakfast, and all I heard was... You see, McDonald's has a deal where I can choose any two for just $2.79. I can choose from a sausage McMuffin, a sausage biscuit, a sausage burrito, hash browns, or a small hot coffee. I chose a sausage burrito with fluffy scrambled egg, pork sausage, melty cheese, green chilies, and onion. And I paired it with crispy hash browns, all for just $2.79. It's such a good deal. I'm using the money I saved to get my car clean. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now. Like Lost 80s. Just search Lost 80s and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
People who suffer from allergies use Nasal Guard to prevent them. Nasal Guard's innovative gel and spray products protect you from all airborne allergens, no matter what the forecast holds. Visit Amazon, Walmart, or NasalGuard.com today. Breathe better this spring. NasalGuard.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the news.
River stabbing case. And also this, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. T emails, a.k.a. Tom. And Tom, thank you for the email. Thanks to everybody who emails me. If you hear me speaking and you're like, yeah, I hate that guy, always send me an email. I'm not afraid. I like to interact with you. I like a little good debate. I like all that fun stuff. And if doing it via email is comfortable for you, I think that's fine. Doing it by dispatch is all cool as well. We're going to open it up more moving forward in doing that live on the phone, because that's the best way to like actually hash things out and have a conversation. But first, this. What happened?
So I'm a little tardy. I'm using the elevator, and as it's opening up, someone at our sister station, The Beat.
Yeah.
It seems to be an up and coming, if not already there, hip hop artist.
Oh, you were on the same elevator with this person?
I was waiting for the elevator, but it opened up, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, guys? I just finished with iHeartMedia. I tried to get out of the way of their video and ate it because of the plant. I ran into a full fake plant in their music video or interview video. So keep an eye out. I am like winning today.
You're really
if only I was in the damn bikini top.
I'm enjoying it. It's good content, all of these things that are happening around you.
For sure.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to notice that when you're in the middle of it, but it's good. And let's see what Tom says. Tom says, "Hey, Sean, I heard yesterday's show, and during your rant about McDonald's value meals," isn't that a great advertisement for the show? When you were ranting about McDonald's value meals. Yeah,
those classic rants you go on.
You commented that it would be hard to explain to a poor 22-year-old why they can't buy a house. First of all, I don't know why you would have to explain that, because a poor 22-year-old should never be able to buy a house. That's because they're relatively young, and especially because they're poor. When I was in my 20s in the 1980s, I had a decent job with a good salary for the time. I made $20,000 a year. But there was still no way I could have ever been able to buy a house, even though they were selling for $70,000 to $80,000. Most of my friends didn't own homes until at least they were in their 30s. Although home ownership is a great thing, it's not meant for everyone, and some people will never own a home. Also, I think most people can eat 20 nuggets in one meal. And please don't ever pick me for Fritz on the street, he says. That's Tom. Okay, Tom, let's tackle this a little bit here. I don't want to go back into my rant about the value meals. I'll stand firm on that. But I do want to do this. C-Lane, real-time searching, please, if you don't mind. All right. Can you find the median home price in the 1980s? Median home price in the 1980s, because that'll be the first thing that we need to know. Much lower than it is now, for sure.
In 1980,
$47,200.
That's what it was.
It's $47,000? Okay, the median home price is $47,200.
Thank you, Bing.
All right, median home price.
You used Bing?
Yeah, it's still around. Median home price in 2024, this year. Let's see what they say the median home price is. What is it?
$415K.
Damn, even more. $415K. All right, $415,000. Now let's look up median salary in 1980, because that's what is the other side of this equation.
That is,
and we'll see him.
$21,000.
Okay, $21,000, perfect. And median salary in 2024. I'm sure it's 30-something.
$48,966.
Okay, that's better than I thought. 48.
That's Florida.
48,966. Okay, so just to put this as simple as possible, I'm going to try to memify this for you.
Wait a second. That is, it says for Florida 48,966, for United States 77,397.
We're getting
no. Yeah, that's when you factor in like California and some other states. Things are higher, but the cost of living's more, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, so let's stick with the basic numbers here. In the 1980s, the average person was making $21,000 a year, and the cost of a house for that person was $47,000, meaning that just a little over 2 years of the average salary could purchase you a home. Maybe that was a starter home, but it was still a home, and it got you into the world of home ownership, and then you could have that as something that you owned, and that was an asset for you moving forward. And most importantly, nobody thinks about this, but most importantly, it's a legacy asset. So if you have a entry-level house and you pass that on to your child, it's going to gain in value down the line, and they can maybe get a little bit better house, and then they can give that to their kids, and then you can bring yourself up from a generational poverty standpoint. But You make $21,000 a year. You look at the houses that you're going to try to buy, they're $47,000. Now you make $48,000 a year, and you look at the houses, and they cost nearly 10 times that at $415,000 for a home. This is the problem, okay? Getting started, and you say, well, none of my friends were getting homes until they were in their 30s. Why? Why were your friends getting a home in their 30s? It wasn't because that's the moment that they became able to afford it. It was because probably they were settling down at that time. Probably they were finding significant others. Probably they were maybe having some kids. Probably they were ready to get a house and build a family and a home and all that stuff. That's generally why you have an age of home ownership at that level. But now it's hard even then, even when you have a 2-income household, because the salary that you have is about 1/10 of the cost of the average house. Very, very difficult to get started with enough money for the down payment. Very difficult to have enough to afford that, to even deal with the upkeep on an expensive house. All of these things are very costly. I'll leave you alone on the Nuggets thing, but I think right now it's a fair gripe for any younger person to say it's difficult to get into home ownership. It is. Houses are expensive. Job prices are not commensurate in that whole price outline. That's just how I see it. And you say not everybody's going to be a homeowner. I wish everybody was. I wish everybody got to own a home because it's an asset. It's a backstop in your life. If you buy a home and keep paying into it, and then you come on very hard times, you have that as something to springboard yourself into a little more success. All of these things are important because what we want to do is make the next generation better off, the next generation better off, or at least that's what I want to do, right? If that's your stated goal as well, I think this thing is kind of important. Jesus, I didn't get the jury duty. Didn't get to the Royal Caribbean Ship. I'm so sorry. I will get to all of that when we return.
Didn't do anything about Apple River.
It's not all my fault. It's mostly my fault. I could have just played the jury duty intro.
Of it, yeah.
No, blame that emailer.
I can't because I read the email. I chose to read it at that time.
Okay.
It's on me, folks, but I'll get into it next. I assure you this time it's in writing, in blood, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
All the cool kids are doing it, and you want to be like the cool kids, don't you? Well, don't you? The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
It's a bit wet on the roadways, so travel with caution this afternoon. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. A partial roadblock causing delays on Colonial Drive westbound at Kirkman Road. Travel with caution through there. Through the city on I-4 westbound, there's delays between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Every 2023 Nissan on closeout. Now at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Get closeout pricing, 0% APR financing, no payments till 2025. Every single Nissan has to go by month end. Sutherland Nissan Orlando, OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had leaf filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/beacon first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/beacon to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatelli. And I'm Jake Chapman. We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews and reviews. And we've got more stats and notes than we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Radio. Radio. 104.1. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
I'll get these teases paid off momentarily. I promise you that. And after the show yesterday, Courtney had sent me this meme, and one thing she does that I'm not a huge fan of is when I tell her I have to go to the bathroom, she'll like text me while I'm in the bathroom.
Cute.
And I'll be like,
why don't you like that?
I don't like it.
Why do you tell her you're going to the bathroom?
Just because if I'm getting up, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom, and then she'll just do it to mess with me because she knows I'm in there and I have my phone, and she'll text me stuff. But she texted me this meme, and I was like, oh my God, I could get behind that, and I could see that being super, super fun and useful. She said, instead of bring your child to work day, there should be a bring your partner to work day so you can meet the people and all the stories that they tell bitching about work and stuff. And I thought to myself, I was like,
bad idea.
I was like, this will be fantastic. Like, imagine your partner comes home every single day and they're like, oh my God, Jorge at work is such a giant. And like all these people.
Yeah,
that
but
they tell you
Ashley
about.
knows
Sabrina, so it's okay.
Whatever, dude. Ashley loves me because if I remember correctly, when she was under sedation, she said I was her favorite part of the show. And y'all were married. Were you married already?
Not yet.
See, like, she's having a tough day, man.
No, it's okay.
What are you doing over there?
That's fine.
I think it would be fun, and it would be a useful thing because you have to listen to your partner complain about all these things. I didn't need to hear that.
You better hope that mic's off.
It was off. I didn't audibly hear it.
I did.
It became real clear what her message to you was.
She was not talking about vacuums, I'll tell you that.
With force too. Like
It
even though
felt
the
good.
microphone wasn't on, I feel like I didn't hear.
I'm horny.
Anyhow, that's the idea.
all it takes.
Bring your partner to work.
I'm going to
day.
turn your microphone off, I swear to God.
I think would be successful. What do you think? Send us a dispatch. Go to the newsjunkie.com.
No one cares.
Somebody's going to.
Oh, my God.
There'll be somebody
You
out there.
guys.
What?
They didn't wait for me to send a sexy picture.
Oh, no, they made it without you?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Her day is crumbling. Sabrina's day is crumbling in front of all of us.
I mean.
What? You didn't make the cut?
No, I made the cut. Check your peep your messages.
Oh, no. Can we show this to the folks on the stream?
I think it's for a great cause. So.
All right, let me
So let's
see.
just compare it to everybody else. And
Which one of these things? All right, we got the Slapo de Mayo promo here, and you have all these other people are in bikinis.
Who made this?
Honestly, it says who will slap Russ the hardest. It looks like you. It looks like you.
Sabrina's got a flamethrower in the picture. I think that's what that is, right? It's from the stage at one of the Just Okays.
Yeah, I also look like I've farted in my pants.
The faces. It's fun though. I think it works. What do you think, everybody over in chat? You think that works? I think it works. But
yeah,
it's a bunch of folks all gathered together and promoting a great event, and some of them showing a little bit of skin, and then you are showing only
4
your
out
head
of
and
the
your
5 are showing skin.
you have very little skin showing.
I didn't know I had a timeline. I prepared a Just Okay picture that
And they
shows
couldn't
tea.
They should have photoshopped the fire coming out of the flamethrower at least, just to
Oh, it just looks like I'm at some sort of MegaCon Star Wars.
Yeah,
So.
it looks like you have a T-shirt cannon, which is not the case.
May or may not be what I thought it was.
No,
at first I forgot about the flamethrower from the Boring Company.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was because that was definitely a thing that she had on the stage. All right, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Noble Roman on Twitch sends over a link. I had not seen this story, and it sounds like this individual had a great time. It says, Florida GOP leader apologizes for trashing hotel room and says he'll seek help for alcoholism. All right. This says a leader of the Republican Party of Florida has apologized for being excessively drunk and urinating and vomiting all over his room at a hotel last week, saying he's been dealing with alcoholism and mental health issues. This was a wild time. George Riley, the executive director of the state GOP, said Tuesday he was deeply sorry for his behavior during a stay at a hotel in Kissimmee. His family says that they hadn't heard from him for quite some time. He says, I'll pay for the damages that were caused. I apologize to the employees for my bad behavior, and I'll be seeking help. More details about this. Riley's sister reached out to Osceola County Sheriff's deputies on Friday. She was worried she hadn't heard from her brother in a week, and he was traveling on business to Kissimmee, and he was taking some sort of medication. Deputies went to the hotel where Riley's sister told them he was staying and spoke to the front desk. They told the deputies they refused to extend his stay in the middle of last week because of his excessive drinking and damage he caused to his room. He broke the electric blinds and various other things in the room. One hotel manager told deputies Riley had bought so much alcohol from a store in the hotel that the manager had to order more because he bought them out of alcohol.
No, and he bought it from the hotel, so he does not like money very much.
Or it's a credit card and he's got points for days.
And they said, using pings from his cell phone, deputies located him at another hotel where he was drunk. They examined him and determined he didn't pose a risk to himself or anybody else, and he didn't meet the criteria to be forcibly committed for evaluation. So he was on a bender, and he says he is sorry for all who were impacted by it. Real quick before we do this late jury duty, Civil War, the movie, comes out this weekend.
Oh, that one looks interesting.
It's from A24. They are kind of like the Blumhouse thing where they make these sort of lower cost things, but this is a little more expensive for them.
That's the one with Meth Damon.
Does it? One of the actors looks like a meth version of Matt Damon.
You know him. He's from Breaking Bad. He is just,
I don't know.
He's like always plays the quiet character, but extremely demented.
Okay. All right. I'll look at him. This was an expensive movie for them.
Jesse
the budget was
Plemons.
Oh, yeah, that guy. He was the one of the Nazis who held Jesse Pinkman hostage. He was like the pretty looking guy. He fell in love with the really.
Yeah. He's in Game Night. He's the police officer next door neighbor. He's a good actor, actually. He's really good. So Civil War is their biggest movie to date from A24. $50 million budget. That's about double the cost of Moonlight and Everything Everywhere All at Once. The bet seems to have paid off. They say 90% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes so far. Seems like people from various political angles are behind this and dig it. I see people on like the right side going, yeah, it's a great movie. Finally, they're not doing woke stuff.
That's what we want to do with the libs.
I see people on the left side going like, hey, yeah, this is a really exciting movie and a harbinger of what's to come. So they've caught an audience for this. It could be pretty decent this weekend as far as those movies go. I think I might watch it. I think I might check it out because
Nick Offerman's in it.
Is he? Mm-hmm. I like him too.
Oh my gosh, he does look like Matt Damon in that picture. Never really put it together, but
Matt Damon on meth.
Yeah,
Matt Damon.
And the plot of this, if you didn't already know, is that the United States plunges into a civil war. It's over different things, and it's not along the lines that you would think. Like Texas and California end up on the same side. It's not like it's North versus South. It's different than that.
East versus West?
Kind of in some ways. And it's, I don't know, it seems like that could be an interesting movie. So I might go check it out.
There's going to be a character that looks like me in that new promo.
Possibly. They're going to have the flamethrower.
Watch out, bikini bods.
Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Better late than never.
Second day in a row.
Better late than never. Did I do this yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, jury duty brought to you by the glorious chicken parm lover himself, Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. I'm beginning to get concerned. We may need to send help. His addiction to the chicken parm thing is reaching stratospheric levels.
But he always shows up on time, unlike you with this segment.
I am a little late, but I know he'll understand, and I'll pay for his next chicken parm.
Oh,
just to make it right.
In that case.
Not super expensive. It's a low budget place, please.
Didn't he say he was flying to Rhode Island for a chicken parm?
Somebody recommended one, and he said, "I'll get the plane fueled up and get over there."
That's the one that you're paying for. That's the
yeah, no, not that. Not that. If you're injured on the go, you just call Mo. JustCallMo.com, JustCallMo.com, or 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO. A father of the cruise ship passenger, just 20 years old, who jumped off the Royal Caribbean ship after an argument, believes his son is still alive. They've called off the search for his son.
Someone want to break the news.
I saw a little bit more about this. So, as I mentioned earlier, they said that this 20-year-old who jumped off the Royal Caribbean ship said he was drunk, said they were in the hot tubs, and his dad was upset with him because of his level of intoxication. And he goes, "We could fix this right now." And he jumped off the cruise ship. He was apparently 11 stories up on the cruise ship. And when we mentioned this before, does 11 stories on the cruise ship mean 11 stories to the water, or not necessarily, right?
No, I think it means the 11th. If he was on the 11th deck,
that's
then
different.
There would be some of those decks that are below the water line.
But let's just say 8-9 stories high. That's a pretty big drop into the ocean that he's dealing with. And he was on a deck where there was these sliders. So picture like big oval-ish windows, and you could slide them open. Yeah. And then okay, slide it. But if it's during the day and you want to close them.
Didn't they say they were in a hot tub? Because I think they usually have those near, at least on the 2 ships that I've been on, Cruise Expert, I've seen those near a hot tub area.
Yeah, they were in the hot tub area, or around it at least, I believe. And he opened one up and jumped off the 18-story Liberty of the Seas. It was 4 a.m. His dad said, immediately I started praying. Immediately I wanted to give all my energies into finding my son and getting him back on board. He believes that his son is still alive. He says that his son is a skilled diver and that he'll be okay. The U.S. Coast Guard called off their search.
Does he go from 18 stories?
No, I wouldn't think so. The younger Parker allegedly jumped off the 18-story Liberty of the Seas around 4 a.m. in front of his helpless dad and younger brother after getting into an argument with his father, witnesses said. But Francel, the father, who runs an AC business in Port Charlotte, told the local newspaper he wasn't arguing with Le'Veon. His son wasn't trying to take his own life. He said Le'Veon is a skilled diver who works on a commercial fishing boat, and he's demanding to know how his underage son was given alcohol on the 4-day cruise to Cuba in the Bahamas, Grand Anagua. "We don't drink," his dad said. "I'd like to know how my son was served so much alcohol." Another passenger on board the cruise who witnessed Le'Veon's heart-stopping jump said his dad was fussing at him for being drunk. But I guess he's saying that's not the case necessarily. And they said he used the restroom, dried off, bumped into the brothers and their fathers, and then saw this kid jump off the ship. And his dad is hopeful that he's still alive, but doesn't look like it's going to go that way.
There was that one guy, right, that they found floating around. He didn't know how he had gotten off the ship, or, I mean, he thinks he fell or he wasn't sure. Remember that, like last year before that?
Real off a cruise ship and he lasted that long?
Something he got rescued, I thought.
Yeah. You can only float and stuff for so long out there, and you're just getting drilled by the environment. Sun is just baking down on you. All that stuff is tough. Real quick, let's get this one in here. A former assistant principal at a Virginia school that you know well at this point. We got to read into this. Tell me what you think is behind these charges. This is the Virginia elementary school where that 6-year-old student shot his teacher.
The one who, she survived, right?
She survived.
Yeah.
He shot her. She survived. And the child's mother, his mother, has been hit with charges as a result of his behavior and having the gun in the classroom. But now the former assistant principal of the school has been indicted on child abuse charges. And here's what they say. Ebony Parker faces 8 counts related to the day of the shooting, according to the docket, each of which carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. A warrant has been issued for his arrest. Okay. Court records filed at this court were unsealed on Tuesday of this week, blah, blah, blah. They said they don't have a statement on this, and that's all we have. So we know that he's been indicted on child abuse charges related to the day of the shooting at the school. So would that be for putting the kids in danger, or
remember? I mean, was it about them being notified that the kid had a gun and ignored it?
yes, this is one of the administrators that didn't do enough. And now they've been indicted on these charges. But the charges are child abuse related. And the only thing I could think of is maybe they said, hey, you could have stopped this, and you knew what was going on, and you didn't do anything to stop it. So therefore, these kids were put in danger. But we now know that there's a warrant out for that person's arrest.
Could it be that in that area, their child abuse charges are like an umbrella that includes contributing to the delinquency of a minor?
Could be. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just know that now the assistant
or endangerment, stuff like that.
The town was really upset, as you can imagine. We were all upset about this too because it seemed like it was very preventable, and nobody seemed to want to do anything to stop this. Teachers were begging, "Please search his jacket." His jacket's small. He's a little kid. Can't fit a gun in that jacket, they said. And then he shot his damn teacher in the classroom. He showed the gun to people at the school. Other kids had seen it, et cetera, et cetera. Nobody stopped him.
It was 2022 when we talked about James Michael Grimes went overboard a cruise ship and treaded water for 20 hours before he was saved by like a cargo ship.
Yeah,
and the Coast Guard said pretty much everything went right for him to be able to survive. Like this was the top end of their survival limit. Remember he said he wasn't that drunk. He just had a couple drinks and then he woke up and he was in the water and he had to eat bamboo or something to keep his energy.
Yeah, but that was only 20 hours. This guy's been 5+ days.
He gone. Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Unfortunately, I think so. And really quickly, I wanted to rope this in here and then we'll come back and start hearing from you. A man is calling for stricter gambling laws in the UK. He knows a bit about gambling himself. They say this guy started gambling at the age of 8 years old.
Oh, has he done well for himself?
He's been addicted since that point. And no, I don't think he's done very, very well. He gave up gambling in 2018 after the absolute chaos it caused in his life. He says he now feels content, but he wants more laws stopping younger people in particular from gambling. He can't get a mortgage or a mobile phone contract, and his life is still sideways as a result of his addiction. I don't think I was gambling at 8. I don't think I was that deep into the gambling thing. We do want to hear from you, though, so now is the time to do it. Join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch. There's a reason why I didn't promote. We were going to have an interview lined up with somebody on the show today, right now. And I told Celine, I was like, send me a link so we can connect with this person for this interview. And she had sent an email right before. That's why I told you. I was like, Celine, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. This person sent an email and they said, before we do this interview, I want to know how much you'll be paying me in advance for it. I said,
how about some Hershey Kisses?
We're good. We're good over here. Would have been interesting, though. I had a lot of questions. Is a woman named Macy.
You've already paid her.
No, I
just
didn't
for
pay.
that mention.
Well, I'm not even going to say her last name. A woman named Macy, who is one of the tallest women in the world.
Oh.
And she.
Oh, man, you need money to buy big pants.
I guess so.
Know what I'm saying?
I guess so. Well, she fired off an email like 5 seconds before the. How much will I be paid for this? No.
How much do you think she's gotten paid in the past?
I don't want to answer that question.
Okay.
You should have. Why don't you want to answer it?
Because that sets a precedent for all the free interviews we do all the time.
No. I don't want to answer the question because it will benefit her. But I'll tell both of you guys.
Okay.
All right. And when we go to break, I'll tell you off the air.
And if you want me to come back from break, you're going to have to pay me. Thank you.
All right, fine. Seems a little much, but we'll have to figure something out.
Seems like that's somebody else's responsibility.
Technically, yes.
We do have to continue the show. We do have more segments on the way here.
Well, someone has to press the button, but I don't see no dollar signs.
When we return,
offered her something so insultingly low that it wouldn't be worth your time to Venmo.
The insult bar is so low right now. Right. I don't know if
not you, Sabrina. No. I meant this tall chick.
All right, what should I offer? I'll email her right now. What do you think we should offer?
I have a $25 gift card to Taco Bell.
All right, $25 gift card to Taco Bell. That seems fair. Hang on, let me
you're gonna look like a dick, and you're gonna be a viral video on TikTok. Look at this DJ in Florida.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not even going to play into it. Okay, I'll tell you guys little tidbit about this in just a moment here. When we come back, we'll get to you, your dispatches. A lot of people with comments on the show today, and I want to hear what you have on your mind. And also, Delta Airlines is officially making a huge change. Ooh. This will change how passengers board flights, and we'll explain how this is going to work, why this is different, what's happening with Delta Airlines. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up today on The Big Show, Danny Meyering from Orlando Date Night Guide will have some date ideas for your weekend on Date Night Done Right. Glenn Klausman will be in for Colbert Court with another legal scenario for us to solve. Plus, you'll have a chance to win that $100 gift card to Planet Hollywood for JCS Trivia. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks. It all starts at 3.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive westbound at Kirkman Road. There's slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike southbound. The right lane is closed due to construction south of County Road 470. The roadways are a bit wet out there, so travel with caution. On I-4, you could expect your regular delays before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road. If you see traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Listen up, my friends. The rates are getting low again. If you have a rate in the 6s or 7s, it may be time to see if a refinance can save you money. And the best place to go is that MortgageGuyDon.com, because you're working with that mortgage guy Don, who has your best interest in mind. Not only is he an expert, but he's also your friend. He's part of the Real Radio family, and he's going to make sure you have the best deal. So get the process started today with peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class health care and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
Join the Orlando Magic on Sunday, April 14th at 1 p.m. as they celebrate you, the best fans of the NBA, during Fan Appreciation Day against the Milwaukee Bucks. Enjoy exclusive giveaways, special deals on Magic gear, and more. Get tickets at OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey there, it's Russ Rollins. I'm talking to all the homeowners out there who are tired of staring at their cold swimming pools. It's time to stop wasting money on a pool that you can't use. With Solar Source, you can enjoy your pool year-round like I do. Top 5 things Solar Source customers do after solar heating their pools? Well, spend time with your family. Go nighttime swimming. You got movie nights in the pool. You got water workouts and much more. Friends of mine, friends of Russ Rollins, can save big money when scheduling a free consultation today at solarsource.com/monsters. Don't wait any longer. Start enjoying your pool again with Solar Source.
Are you bogged down with constant sneezing, watery eyes, and congestion? Do you get sinus headaches and infections? No one should have to suffer season after season. And thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, treating your allergies is easier than you think. With personalized treatment plans tailored to your needs and budget, you can say goodbye to allergy and sinus issues for good. Book your appointment today at AspireAllergy.com. Aspire Allergy and Sinus, where relief is just around the corner. AspireAllergy.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way
literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In Office Orlando.
Another happy Safelite customer.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
There I was driving down the highway when out of nowhere, a rock hits my windshield. So annoying. But then I remembered Safelite repair, Safelite replace. I booked my appointment at Safelite.com. And with my insurance, my new windshield was no cost to me. Safelite even handled my insurance claim, which was the best.
Cracked windshield? Just go to Safelite.com and let Safelite take care of everything.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
DeLand Nissan gives you the best bottom line on our entire line. Shop by payment and value your trade in 10 seconds or less. Ready for your best buying experience? Stop by DeLand Nissan today.
It's not just a Nissan, it's a DeLand Nissan.
Do you have a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more that you don't need? Well, don't lapse or surrender your policy. You might be sitting on a gold mine. That's right. You may be able to sell all or part of your life insurance policy to Coventry for cash, or a combination of cash and coverage with no future premiums, even a term policy. Call Coventry Direct at 800-411-8300 or visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. That's 800-411-8300. For over 25 years, we've helped thousands of people sell their policies. And we can probably help you, too. Call us today at 800-411-8300 or visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. That's 800-411-8300. Call now.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Lost 80s, playing those songs you forgot you knew from the 80s. Duran Duran, Huey Lewis, Tina Turner, and more, all commercial-free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Lost 80s, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Lose up to 15 pounds per month with Revelex from Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Radio 104.1.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
Sucks. Everything we do about it is wrong. It's a disaster.
What do you think is worse, boarding or deplaning?
Honestly, I think they're both not optimized. I think neither one of them is done as well as it could be, and it leads to a negative experience for most people who are involved. I always had a lady freak out on me that people were taking out their cell phones, and some lady's like, "I'm before you," and I'm like, hey, I can see your ticket right there, and I see my boarding group is before. People don't understand it sometimes, or don't care to understand it. Sometimes the peasants who have the lowest boarding groups, the ones who are last to board.
She may be saying I'm before you not based on her seat or boarding group, but just based on her attitude.
Yeah,
and
she tried.
Based on herself, like her image of herself that she sees, like I am a person who is before Sean.
It turns out she was wrong, according to the airline. And now they're acting like this is some just unbelievable change at Delta. And they say Delta Airlines is changing how passengers board flights. But are they really? I got excited looking at this. I'm like, oh, did they finally smarten up? Do they finally have like a bright way to do this where We can efficiently get everybody on board, get that plane up and running, get to the destination, and get out of there.
Nothing flies off.
You know what would be really nice? We have a here's how airline travel works these days. Okay, let's just sketch this out.
Tell me,
very
Daddy
quickly.
Sean.
All right? Let me tell you how this works these days. You can fly from one side of the country to the other in basically 4 hours, which is pretty stunning, pretty unbelievable that we can do that. You can get on a plane and fly from one side of the country to the other side of the country in about 4 hours. But does it take 4 hours? No. You got to be at the airport about an hour or so, maybe more beforehand. You're going to leave maybe even 90 minutes or so before that. Then when you land, you got to add on at least like 30 to 60 more minutes. So your 4 hours becomes 5, 6, almost 7 hours sometimes. And you've added more time on this than you actually needed to because of inefficiencies like how we board flights. And Delta Airlines isn't really changing that much. Here's what the Associated Press says. Delta Airlines customers will soon experience a new system for boarding planes. Instead of boarding by groups with names such as Diamond Medallions, Delta Premium Select, and Sky Priority.
When you first started, I was like, strippers get on first?
Diamond Medallions is the name of one of the boarding groups, they said. And
I was
instead
a
of
bit
that,
fan of Diamond's medallions.
They're going to do 1 through 8 instead of saying the names. It's the same thing.
So
You're
you don't
just
want
saying,
people to feel bad.
Yeah, kind of. It's like you don't feel lesser than.
Stupid.
That
It's
was
just
the big change.
Boarding group 1 instead of Diamond Medallions.
Delta, that was it.
Delta is really dropping the ball. The last big news, everyone lit it on fire that they had to take it back. And now this is their next great idea.
This isn't much of a change at all.
I mean, it was borderline clickbait to tell you, to say that they've changed the way that people are boarding, and all they've done is not name the boarding groups. They've changed them to numbers instead of names.
I wonder if they're going to give, they'll call it an opportunity. But I noticed, what was it, Spirit or maybe Southwest Frontier, that you could bid, right? So you can bid to get a better seat, but you can also bid to go first, to be part of the opening group. So it's like, do you want to spend an extra $120 so that you can get on the plane first?
Yeah, it's always that amount of money where you're like, it's right on the line of too much, and right on the line of like, oh, but it'd be nice to do it. It's right there.
I'll wait till last minute.
Look at this. Look at the boarding zones currently on Delta. Pre-boarding they have Delta 1 or first class, Diamond Medallion, Delta Premium Select, Delta Comfort, Sky
Comfort
Priority.
Plus.
Yeah, thank you.
Main Cabin 1, Main Cabin 2, Main Cabin 3, and then finally Basic Economy.
Wow, they have
the tail
a
end
massive plane
of all of these things. You get on. Everybody's got like all these very fancy names. The Diamond Medallion folks make your way on.
When we flew to New York earlier last year, Ashley and I were sitting together, and my mom went with us, but she hadn't been assigned a seat yet, and she got Comfort Plus.
Lucky.
And she just wanted to sit by us, so she gave it up. And I was like, wow, I would have left you guys in the back of the plane. Comfort Plus. Bring it on.
Never admit that. What are you doing?
Sweet lady.
Better ways to handle this. Far better ways.
But back to the point I was starting to make earlier, like with them saying that they've somehow changed the process and this is all they've got, reminds me of, there was a really clickbaity article about Jeopardy that was like, the big change that happened to Jeopardy. And I was like, what is it? Is it the people? Is it the rules? So they want you to click on it to read the article. And they said, when the show begins and Ken Jennings thanks Johnny Gilbert, he's going to look directly at the camera instead of where Johnny used to sit, because now Johnny pre-records the announcements. You're like, oh my gosh, who gives a flying rat's ass where Ken Jennings looks when he thanks Johnny Gilbert?
Yeah, you're kind of assuming that people are that into things.
But you clicked it and you read it, and the web hits hat.
I just knew that when I saw it, I was like, I'm confident that this could be a good thing, because changing the boarding strategy is good. You okay over there?
I'm having a banner day.
You're fine. Everything's good. You're almost done. Here
I didn't
we
even
are.
tell you guys. Bird flew into my house this morning.
Actually inside?
Yes, and I was going to send you the video, but it's riddled with curse words, so I'll edit that for the first thing tomorrow.
Well, of course it did. They know now that you're welcoming to their kind.
It was
They
not
know-
welcoming. It was...
They said Sabrina put out a birdhouse. She wants to see more of us because she put out a birdhouse with a camera in it.
It was
Now
not right
fly
by my
inside.
front door.
Could you imagine how funny it would have been if that happened during our meeting this morning?
The bird flies inside. Professional meeting going on.
You go, never mind. We're going to not rethink this partnership. Thank you.
Yeah, this is a bad idea, folks. I just think they like you. They're really into you, and they're
And then
forming
they
a
met
better
Carl.
bond. Oh no! Did Carl chase after him in the house?
Chase, the cats were geared up and ready for a mid-morning snack, and then I, as far as like fight or flight mode, was like dead in the middle, where I just ran around in circles, like, oh God, what do I do? Oh God, here we go.
How did it get inside? Was the door open, or did you just open it for a second?
I opened it up for a second to throw something in the trash, and it just flew in.
Wow.
Yeah, I have it, like I said, on footage, but I there's a lot of S's and a lot of F's.
I'm wondering if there was another bird. You know, you
Chasing
see
it.
the birds like chasing him and stuff, and he's like, "Forget it. I don't have much of an opportunity.
I'm going in that girl's house.
I'm going in Sabrina's house. Let's make this happen right now."
But yes, banner day, without a doubt.
Well, I think that this changes nothing for Delta Airlines. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, we'll do the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Good morning. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Today is a Fox 35 Storm Alert Day. We're anticipating afternoon thunderstorms, which could be severe with damaging wind gusts past 60 miles per hour. Outside of the thunderstorms, it's going to be a windy day anyway. A wind advisory in effect, gusts over 40 miles per hour common, and it'll be hot. The high temperature close to 90 degrees. The front's out of here by this evening, leading to a beautiful Friday and Saturday with highs close to 80. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer 50-plus programs from health sciences to business to nursing, online and on campus. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Hey, Sabrina and I want to thank our friends at Up and Smoke Barbecue for sending us delicious barbecue lunch today. The small batch Memphis style barbecue, really good. And they are competing, Sabrina, in the inaugural gourmet food truck battle that's going down this weekend, Saturday, April 13th in downtown Orlando, right where the arena used to be. You can check it out. 30 gourmet food trucks competing for 5 awards, including the very prestigious People's Choice Award. And you can be a part of the fun 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. in downtown Orlando. If you want more information on that, foodtruckwars.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
You got a service dog?
Actually, he's a deals dog. Since I'm looking for a new car, I trained him to sniff out awesome rates, member discounts, and fast decisions. Cool, huh?
But you know a Navy Federal Credit Union has all those things, right?
You're right. He's got the scent. Oh, wait. Nope. That's just the bacon in my pocket.
Apply for a Navy Federal Credit Union auto loan online, at a branch, or in our mobile app. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Message and data rates may apply. Visit NavyFederal.org for more information.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatelli.
And I'm Jake Chapman.
We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews, and reviews. We've got more stats and notes, and we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. If you've been in a car accident, you need to know a term. It's called statute of limitations. That means you have 2 years from the time of the accident to actually file a lawsuit if need be. If you don't do that, you're going to lose your rights to the claim. Now, sometimes some lawyers will wait till the last minute to file or contact you with just about a month left saying that they don't know if they want to proceed with your case. Be careful with that. For more information, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, office Orlando.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
They're modern-day con artists, and they're the focus of Creating a Con, a true crime anthology podcast. Season 1 spotlights Ray Trapani and his tech startup scam, endorsed by DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather, and built on empty promises and millions from bilked investors.
If someone's like, oh, what's your best way of making money? I don't think start a business. I'm like, oh, we should start some sort of scheme. And I can't help it.
Listen to Creating a Con on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Creating a Con.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
It didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday.
Just sent you part 1.
Part 1?
Part 1 of how Sabrina got the bird out of her house.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me bring this up here. And there's not cursing in this?
There's one curse, but I just bleeped it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's just hopping around your house?
That's my favorite part. I tried to whistle to the bird to get out. As if I just Snow Whited it out of the door.
Oh, man. I can't believe that thing had the balls to just fly in like that.
Must have, chased by a hawk or something, but it went like right into my house and then tried to go out a window that does not open. And I went, and it did nothing. So
what else are you
tomorrow.
supposed to do? You got to call the animal over. Like if it's a cat, you go pss, 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 pss.
Oh, you'll see tomorrow where I curse and then I go, what do I do? What do I do? And then Carl just yelps at it. So
if there's a dog, you're like, here boy. And if there's any other animal, you just do something weird. Like when I ran into the baby possums.
It's a baby possum.
Just does a, wow, look at the baby possums.
Come to me, jungle friends.
I did not know how to greet them. All right, let's see what we got going on these final dispatches. We've got Sir Kelvington talking about plane boarding strategies.
As far as changing boarding strategies, they should just board the back of the plane first and just go all the way up with the front of the plane boarding last, and then to debark, make it to the front of the plane board.
Oh, wow.
That's a good idea.
I understand what you're saying, kind of. I think they tried that on Mythbusters.
They did try a handful of things on Mythbusters that would have made the experience faster. I also think, though, that there's been other articles that say no matter how much faster you make the boarding process, they still have a whole bunch of stuff underneath the plane to do. Like fuel up the plane, load in all the baggage, make sure they duct tape whatever needs duct tape in, all that stuff still needs to be done and still takes time. So even if they get you on the plane in like 15 minutes, you're just going to sit there and wait.
You're totally right.
You're going to sit there and they're going to try and get you to sign up for their plane credit card.
Yeah, the boarding strategy is based on the fact that whilst they're doing that, they're also bringing on the luggage, they're preparing
the
for
food,
the flight,
drinks.
The pilot and co-pilot are working on preparing to take off.
Doing a little meth before the flight, you know?
Yeah, you get your meth in there. You do all of those things, and that's fine. But if we got this all fixed, you could do all those things first and then pull everybody on board and then go, fly out of there really quickly. I just don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Sandra says JetBlue used to use a front and back entrance. I think that really depends on the airport you're at, because
could you even do that with a jetway thing, or that would have to be with like stairs on the ground, right?
You could do it with stairs on the ground, or if you had a jetway, if you had a dual jetway. Like sometimes they do that for planes that have an upstairs. Like those jumbo jets that have 2 levels.
That's crazy.
They'll have a 2-story jetway where if you are on the top of the plane, that's where you board.
Yeah, so I'm always blown away that there are planes that are that big to begin with.
I've never been on one. Always wanted to.
Me either. Yeah, I'd like to try that too. All right, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. I put this in the intro, so here goes nothing. A U.S. Navy and Coast Guard operation on Tuesday rescued 3 mariners stranded on a tiny Pacific islet for more than a week after the trio spelled out "help" H-E-L-P using palm fronds laid on a white sand beach. It actually worked. You see it on TV and in the movies all the time. But these 3 men were planning to go fishing, and they ended up stuck on this island by themselves. And they put help on the beach, and they finally were rescued by the Coast Guard. And an astronaut is landing on the moon, but for the first time, it won't be an American. Where is this particular person coming from? Well, as you might have imagined, Japan is about to land on the moon with a person here soon.
They haven't before?
No, I don't think. I don't know if they have. Let's see. They'll be the first ever non-American. Yeah, first ever non-American to land on the moon.
The Russians went to the moon.
No, they never made it.
Not with boots on the moon.
Oh.
And it doesn't say exactly when this is supposed to happen. And it 2 days after, blah, blah, blah. Yep, well, it's happening soon. All right, let's get the hell out of here. There we go. Let's do Today Alert.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today Alert.
Fine. When is Japan landing on the moon? I can't just leave it out there. Okay, it's going to be January 19th, so 5 days later, bobbity boopity. That's 2024.
It's Italy.
They landed a spacecraft on the moon on Saturday. No, that's a long time ago.
China wants to do it by 2030.
Japan becomes 5th country to reach the moon. All right, well, I've learned nothing. I learned nothing in this whole journey here. All right, let's do Today I Learned. Here we go. I already played the intro, so let's jump into it. Today I Learned, Warren Beatty reprises his role of Dick Tracy for free with unwatchable gibberish every couple of years to stop anybody else from doing it. So in all these different years where they put out one of these Dick Tracy movies, if you watch the video, it's absolute garbage. It's almost like an unwatchable mess of nonsense, but it allows him to continue to have...
How does that stop anybody?
Because you push the copyright forward by like reinvigorating the character in a performance. Today I learned there was a book called Julie, or The New Heloise. It was the best-selling novel of the 1700s. Some readers were so obsessed with this book they could not accept that the book was a work of fiction. Rousseau, the author, said so many women offered sex to him that he could have slept with any woman that he wanted to on the backs of him being the author of this book.
That's a work of fiction.
In the 1700s, way back when.
Real quick, the Japanese astronaut is going on a NASA lunar mission. So that'll be when America goes back to the moon. They're going to bring a Japanese astronaut with them.
Oh, cool.
Or a Japastronaut, like I like to call them.
This band right here.
Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind is correct. Third Eye Blind stands for two of the other members in the band have lost vision in at least one of their eyes. Stephen Jenkins, lead singer, has vision in both of his eyes. And he's the only one who has two working eyes in the band. I'm making all of this up because I didn't have it today. I learned
Jesus
ready
Christ,
to go.
Sean.
I was like, never heard this before.
It was so confident. That makes me sus of everything you've ever said.
That'll have to do it for today. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.